I guess it wasn't to be. Not everything's what it seems, making that clear. I think I saw the devil in her eyes. I sink, I fall, this happens every time. Go ahead and call upon another guy. This is way, way, way too much for me. The demons keep her company. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby, well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. I hope you know. I hope you know. I hope you know. I hope you know. Yeah. I hope you know. That you are on my mind. Promise I won't waste no time. Got down, but now I climb. Said I wouldn't make it, feeling so lost. I feel caught up in the matrix. Have to keep waiting, I gotta be patient. What's up with all these people hating? Yeah, anytime I gotta switch lanes. Always gotta be real, ain't no time to change. In my head, but I got better things. Feeling love all through my veins, yeah. It is really nice to meet ya, yeah. I'm a teacher, got different things to teach, yeah. But it don't really matter. Give you my love on a platter. I can see it in your eyes. I thought that I trusted you, but all you do is lie. But you really know that ain't different. Heart so cold, yeah, you can see me shivering. Am I the one to blame? Ain't playing all these games, but look how I have changed for you. I hope you know that you are on my mind. Promise I won't waste no time. Got down, but now I climb. Said I would make it, feeling so lost. I feel caught up in the matrix. Have to keep waiting, I gotta be patient. What's up with all these people hating? Yeah, I go running a maze, forgetting all those days, left them in the haze. It's better there, wasting my moment. Love like us, okay, and she played with it, she broke it, yeah. I don't care, I thought it would be better. Hate it, I put in this effort, yeah. Hate it, I put in this effort. Yeah, want it to be bad. I hope you know that you are on my mind. Promise I won't waste no time. Got down, but now I climb. Said I would make it, feeling so lost. I feel caught up in the matrix. Have to keep waiting, I gotta be patient. What's up with all these people hating? Yeah. I hope you know. I hope you know. I sipping on that water. Ay, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ay, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ay, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ay, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Ay, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ay, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ay, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ay, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Ay, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ay, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ay, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ay, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Yeah, I didn't want that cake. She didn't want my money when I pull up in the rave. Hop on my way, but where am I going? Get into the cake, yeah, you know I'm a boy. Yeah, you know I got a problem, but I just want a cake. Money on me, yeah, you know I won't
change. Too many thoughts when I pull up in the range. Too many thoughts when I pull up in the range. Yeah, I didn't want that cake. She didn't want my money when I pull up in the range. Hop on my way. Where am I going? Get into the cake, yeah, you know I'ma blow it. Sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Running on my guap and it's steady now. I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Trying all these pills, I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying all these pills, I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying all these pills, I'm living now. Ayy, pop a little molly, hope I don't die. Why she always lying? Yeah, I see it in her eyes. Pull up in the coupe, now she gon' ride. Pull up in the coupe, now she gon' ride. Now I'm feeling alright. I'm speeding through the night. I'ma curl my whip, and I hope it don't die. I don't want that cake. She don't wanna fuck me when I pull up in the right. Hop on my way, but where am I going? Get into the cake, yeah, you know I'ma blow it. Sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Running on my guap and it's steady now. I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Trying all these pills, I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying all these pills, I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying all these pills, I'm living now.
Shout out my boys, man, we paved the way. Rode with the punches like a crashing wave. To the haters that think they special, I can't see you from the higher level.
Does that close your eyes and fall asleep? I got you in a headlock. Visit you inside your dreams, you'll see me at the tip top. Nightmare to your team, now your album's about to flip flop. Saving all my green, I'm raining singles down like drip drop. Drip, drip, don't you ever give me lip. They try to put me in a tomb, I just pop right out the crib. I came in like Sonic Boom, meet your doom. Take the lick, a dozen rappers in a room, and all 12 are getting hit. See me robbing rappers like it's Gotham, he's too tough to stop him. These rappers on the rise, I guess it's up to me to drop them. This that bump it in your car, no I don't shoot for the stars, I shoot for the highest bidder. My advance is rather large, show the labels what it costs. Cut the check or get lost, you begin when I win. I'm 50 Cent, mixed with Nas. All I made was a cause, all they gave was applause. In a grave, all my enemies, now welcome to my TED Talk.
Yeah, shout out my boys, man, we paved the way. Rode with the punches like a crashing wave. To the haters that think they special, I can't see you from the higher level. Higher level, higher level. These mountains that you climb kinda start to look like pebbles, yeah. Higher levels, we on higher levels. All these things that you flex ain't the things that make you special. Higher levels.
Big talk, you loud mouth, I take the beat and I chow down. Feast all up in the booth, the studio like a powwow. Just count down till I blow, fired up like pyro. You act dumb to go viral, but you only ever the sideshow. Like, hey, you can never take me out, I keep taking different routes. Copycats keep trying to switch it, but they missing all the clout. Every day I deal with doubt, I just rap what I'm about. All the haters I defy, double size my account. I just count the profit, keep on making comments. We get it poppin', got your girl talking my favorite topic. She know I rock it, not your average Joe, my life exotic. And you're just jealous, you don't got it. Got me way up in the skyline, won't be phased, I'm on my grind. Higher levels, you won't see me till I fly by. Day by day, I keep picking up the pace. Middle finger to the ones who acting fake, big mistake.
Yeah, shout out my boys, man, we paved the way. Rode with the punches like a crashing wave. To the haters that think they special, I can't see you from the higher level. Higher level, higher level. These mountains that you climb kinda start to look like pebbles, yeah. Higher levels, we on higher levels. All these things that you flex ain't the things that make you special. Higher
You don't know
levels.
about the hours, you don't know about the minutes. You don't know about the blood, the sweat, the tears that I put in it. I've been living like a hero, they've been calling me a villain. Haven't pocketed a dime, even though I'm
Welcome everybody to the Autumn Cup here at 𝗘𝗚𝗏𝗚. What a time to be around with, and a slight change to the casting booth. There is no double Irish, but a Stoke event to occur here. Boopy, welcome to the casting booth. You've been behind the camera. It's your first time now in front of it for this event. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Yeah, yesterday behind the stream, just sorting out all the stuff behind the scenes, but on the spotlight today, and it's going to be a really good series. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, a decent series and everything else to be for what should be stated last night, if you were watching, or even through the YouTube VOD, which will be appearing later on down, of course, on 𝗘𝗚𝗏𝗚's channel. A few changes has occurred due to a few teams potentially dropping out, either due to a player unfortunately couldn't make the commitments, or, which has been the case, a wildcard substitution to have to play in the right. So the teams who were fourth last time around actually got a bag back into it because of how things came about. So it means we still have our 6 matches still. Well, 6 teams, I should say. 5 matches on the day, of course. With that being the case, our first one, at least on our stream, is quarterfinal number 1, which is Zero Mercy B, which we saw roughly a few times on Listery's stream. That was quite decent enough, but Boot B, there's somebody else a little bit more important, in my opinion, coming up.
Yeah, I mean, there's 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡 today, a team we haven't seen on the stream before, but having said that, a team I'm very, very familiar with, a very demo-heavy team, and I've seen them play over another league I stream, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they kind of face off against the other team here today.
That particular team as 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗨𝗠 itself as well, and the league in question is the RSC, being the overall arch of it. But if they'd be mentioned that this B team from, of course, the opposition of Zero Mercy failed to qualify through the group stage. Literally, they had the second live today, which was played roughly an hour beforehand, because we kept it off stream to make sure everything, went through the motions correctly. With that being the case as well, our players are slowly getting into the lobby, just making sure everything is okay. So with that being the case as well, we might as well lean towards the predictions, or more who's going to be the lookout. As we mentioned, and yourself, Boopy, more in particular, we haven't seen one of these teams before, and one of them has a reputation of probably being extremely bumpy. Is that accurate to at least say so far?
Yeah, bumpy indeed. I mean, I know a player on the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗨𝗠 side, Alanis, a lot of the time she kind of plays that second man role, just kind of getting it round one, going in front of the ball and trying to just get in the face of the people in the goal, bumping them out of the way, getting a few demos and just leaving the goal open. But it is going to be interesting to see how they face up against this Zero B side. I mean, you talk about predictions. Do you have any predictions?
Well, you're asking for predictions. I'm probably going to go with a firm 3-0. To whom, I think it's pretty obvious, as we are not going to be seeing cracks on the pitch, but still going against his team. But do you agree, or is we going to have that surprise of this best of 5?
Oh, my mic wasn't on the stream, unfortunately, but you were talking about predictions, and you did say 3-0 to 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗨𝗠. I do know them very well. I know they're a really solid team. But just to mix it up, I think I'll go for a 3-1.
Well, a 3-1, lots of action to be filled in, and plenty more different casters coming up as well too. We will see, of course, LTX Sam, and of course maybe a fan favourite within the Discord as well too. But these two teams, we've already given our predictions as a first shot being put on target there. Duck trying to follow through, not necessarily the majorly important. The only thing that needs to be source of ball stated as well, the person on the ball there, Chris Bradford, didn't play yesterday, wasn't available sadly, but stepping in, of course, into his main spot roster. And really, this is like IEL versus RCS at this point.
RSC versus IEL sounds good to me. I mean, I'm a big fan of RSC. Obviously, I stream for them as well, and looks like IEL's gonna come out on top here as 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 puts the first goal in. Wolfie kind of diving in for the challenge there. 2 players diving in for the challenge there as well. None of them gonna make contact, and it's gonna be a nice clean shot from the halfway line.
Simple, delicate. And the battle of the 2 leagues seem to be going underway. Some may fancy RSC based on the chemistry that this roster has been around, and lengthwise that pass not necessarily ideal as well. If you were watching listening stream as well, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡 was unfortunately mained on stream for a poor rotation. Let's hopefully we not see that today as the shot. Tempting fate there to go in, not happening. So this 1-0 already a decent lead by the standards of 2 teams here.
Oh, and that was kind of a whisker away as it hits the post twice, but looks like Wolfie on the counter attack not quite going to find the net, and just kind of pings back into the Astro side here, and it looks a bit interesting. I mean, Astro were the favourites from us to win this game, but you know, it kind of starts off with an attack from Astro, and then it gets cleared, it goes straight back into their half, and they're not really putting a lot of pressure on this Zero Mercy side at the moment. Zero Mercy side look like they might come out on top, especially in this game, but we'll kind of see what happens as the series kind of goes on further.
The whole dynamic certainly has changed with 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 leaving the pitch here as Chris misses a clean opportunity, apologises, and rightly so for the 2 as 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 just dropped back as well, and if we don't count the extra matches in terms of the wild card going into 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏's difference so far, already being felt as well as 5th goal technically on the stage as well here, being the difference maker. That shot goes slightly wide as well to Alice, straight across, and she's played it perfectly too, and 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with a massive block as well, and suddenly this blue side in the form of Zero Mercy hanging in there.
Hanging in there indeed. I mean, it looks kind of interesting for me. No team's really banging the ball, kind of playing it close, going for these dribble plays, fakes and things like that, and just making sure they keep possession, which is not something I usually see from this Astro 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 side. They usually kind of bang the ball and hope it works, as Wolfie kind of fakes out a defender here, pops it underneath, and it's going to be a nice tapping goal for the 1-1.
Well, being the case of that happening in the playstyle differences, you've seen this team probably more regular than anybody else so far in streams terms. What is different so far? Because for a side that we've slightly built up as this demo-heavy side, playing very much reserved for their opening match.
Absolutely. We haven't seen a lot of demos coming out. I mean, that might be something they bring out in the next few games. Maybe they're kind of banking it for now and just bringing it out later as a kind of wild card. But at the moment, they aren't doing too bad. I mean, 1-1. No demo plays. I mean, 4 minutes played already, and only 2 goals to show for it. So it's been an interesting match as 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 puts another one in the back of the net, and all the blue players here just diving on the play, making sure that the pressure stays on the Astro 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 side, and it's going to be an overcommit for a nice long shot coming out from 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 there.
Too bad on the performance here, and Chris, who I think it would be fair to say not necessarily match fit compared to how the others are, caught off guard on the rotation back, try to scoop it out here. Maybe they might grab a second goal for redemption's sake, as this ball's has been worming its way around in its final third here, stuck, beaten, and that's unusual, especially how they've been playing so far. 30 seconds will be remaining here, and it's a mighty push required here as the team goes middle. So does the ball likewise, but not to the back of the net, not to the favour, and 10 seconds have been truly wasted in the favour of the side that some may be expecting to win.
I mean, we called out that they were going to win. I had the 3-1 prediction, you had the 3-0 prediction, so I did come out on top, but it's interesting to see that, especially the player like 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, kind of staying on the sidewalls, waiting for these Astro 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 players to take the ball off the wall and just diving on it straight away, shutting the play down early. And maybe that's something that's It's hurting the pressure of the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏 side. I mean, they have kind of gotten used to it now, and we'll see how they play in the next game. But they do take the first one 3-1, and in kind of fantastic showing.
It's not too bad, and with the situation that has unfolded, at least in game 1, I think some may be a little bit precarious on getting a bit of faith in terms of Zero Mercy. We would like to see them, of course, do well as well, but Alana's not necessarily known as the goal scorer if you were looking from a statistics side of point of view. But with that being said, saves and shots slightly creeping more to her favour. As just her game 2 will appear. The idea of what we were saying, the change of play style being reserved. This is somewhat accurate, but a little bit more authoritarian when up front on targets.
Yeah, you mentioned the kind of player of Alanis not being really a goal scorer. The other two players on the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏 side, 1.09 goal per game from Dark, 1.18 from Wolfie, but Alanis sitting there on 0.36. She's more of the kind of assist player, but looks like she's switched roles, and these long shots she's putting on target, especially when all of these Zero Mercy B players push up on the play and get too wrapped up in the offense. They're really working out, and it's kind of a different play style that they usually play, obviously not really shown on the stream as this is the first stream game for them, but different play style coming out from them today, and it is working.
I agree with you. It just shows you the experience, the ability of playing, whether it's through the likes of Slipstream RSC. Chemistry does work out while it's not that their opposition doesn't have it. It's just not as well-oiled this machine it seems to be, as Chris tried to doink Alanis there. She was ready and waiting for the play, though. It was pretty obvious to read by any standard of the play, and the imagination here by Chris. No support here either. That's the lack of the gameplay that's really been developed here. But, and this is a massive but, Booby, where Zero Mercy has to be happy of the two sides because they haven't conceded yet.
Yeah, they haven't conceded, but you do mention the lack of pressure, and something I noticed already, there have been a few balls that I think Chris was hitting off the corner mid, but there's no player from the Zero Mercy B side there, and it looks like they've really changed their play style. They've kind of had a little talk in the break between games. Look, we're overcommitting, we're giving 3 goals away. We need to make sure we play safe, and that second man that usually is pushed up pretty far is hanging back, and at the moment, yeah, they haven't scored, they haven't got scored on, but it is really hurting their pressure because, you know, that third man does need to fall back, play a little bit safe, but they're doing it with the second man as well, and at the moment these passes coming in off the sidewall, there's just no one to follow up on, and it's just a free clear for the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏 side.
Speaking about clearance, another one comes through for the Pegasus this time around, and that one is a sloppy. I said earlier about 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏's pathetic attempt in defending. Max asked to be spurned sometimes. I think if it was the Roman tail to be fed for the Lions on that one. Dreadful mistake, dreadful performance, and rightly so, should be eaten alive for it.
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, they did it last game, getting wrapped up in the offense, pushing too many players up. They were looking a little bit better this game, having that second man a little bit further back, the third man as well, a little bit further back, but they've done it again. I mean, all the players pushing up on the play, trying to get something going, and I mean, they're going to get one here, which is interesting. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏's putting one in the back of the net, and again, no one really on the backboard here. Wolfie kind of rushing up for this ball, can't quite reach it, and perfect play from the Zero Mercy side.
The importance of the backboard defense as well too. Correct in terms of the analysis, was rushed and forced the issue, but there was one below and maybe a lack of comms in terms of delivery required to get to the ball. With that being said as well, we were talking behind the scenes briefly. If the statistics is correct, what I was doing earlier this morning, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧𝗏, who, as far as I'm aware, one of the highest in terms of score per game, to put it in context, over 500 points, 515 to be a little bit more precise here, Boopy. If that is accurate, over the 9 games they played so far, failed to qualify, surely this is the main person they're looking for everything to come through.
Absolutely. I mean, 515 points from 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨 on average. Looks like a lot of those coming out from saves and shots as well. I mean, highest shooting accuracy on the team of Zero Mercy B, but not looking too high. I mean, 0.67. That is below the average of the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡 side. But as we were saying before, kind of getting wrapped up in offense, pushing all the players up. I mean, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗏 have done it here, leaving a nice free open net for the Zero Mercy B side, and they're going to say thank you very much. 2-1, 4 minutes gone. Pretty low scoring game, just like the last one, and that goal's going to be very punishing for them.
There's been a case here where the defence have been stellar. There's been a few sloppy ones let in here. There's another one that gets moved and shuttled across here, and nice little interception that 𝗘𝗚𝗏 was trying to play, sort of a blockade, not happening here. Ducked back around the team. Done well enough there to force a few issues here, but again, you fancy the 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏 side to come back and have a rapture second goal here. The flick, not to the standard Alanis is used to, and 𝗘𝗏 all the way back here, so it's a mighty ask to do from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, a mighty task indeed. Low scoring game, 30 seconds left, and kind of in the pre-show we were talking about 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏 looking like a very demo heavy side. We really haven't seen it here today. We've seen it more from actually this Zero Mercy B side, in that player of 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 just pushing up, trying to get in their faces. Chris Burford, he takes a player out the goal. They're not going to score from it, but this could be a nice equaliser as they score a 0-second just to equalise the game and make it 2-2.
Well, just simply bullying there. 𝗘𝗏 originally making Zero Mercy's B team's MVP, quality player. Almost look amateur-like. Simple pass and play, sweeping across here, just shows you maybe what the two difference between the leagues were like, and how the group stage statistics were. There is a few differences here and there, which was quite evident when you look at the statistics and the numbers. But the key one here right now, Boopy, it is 2-2, it is OT, but how much do the 𝗘𝗏𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 side wants to remain in it? They look to score the likely of the two.
For sure. I mean, you say they're more likely to win it, and they literally have right off the bat. I mean, I think someone diving in for a demo there, just taking a goalie out, and 𝗘𝗏𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏's just not going to reach it in time. Alanis with a nice easy tapping goal, and it's going to be 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's simply what happened, simply what occurred, and Zero Mercy as a roster, I think it would be fair to say statistically not the worst performing team within the two group stages last time around as well. Unfortunately, those honours must be given to Shadow Esports' B team, which technically was their A team since there was no second Shadow Esports. Do you want to know who was the worst team actually going into the playoffs, if you want to call it that?
Oh, I mean, that would be very interesting to hear, absolutely.
Well, it'll be eNightmare. Funny enough, playing on the other B stream, so maybe there may have been a reason why.
Absolutely, maybe they're not, you know, ready. Maybe their gameplay's not kind of ready for the A stream yet, but we will be seeing them coming out later today. But moving back into this matchup here, I mean, you've got to be kind of worried for the Zero Mercy B side. They did look pretty strong going up in that last game for quite a lengthy amount of time, but they are 2 down now in this series, and there's no more room for error. I mean, they drop a game and they're out, so it's they've got everything to play for.
That's the stakes. Win, survive, lose, and out. There's a quick movement of the ball required here as Duck trying to wave around here. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 across Alanis is in middle. Will not be played directly there. Pressure being kept into the corner. So the Graham fully on that left-hand side. From Zero Mercy's perspective, this ball does shuttle across back into it. This shows you the likelihood of these goals being scored, and if statistics were to believe here, you're almost just imagine here this game might go 3-1, 3-2 here. Ting tries to find one middle, not happening. 90 gone, and all these half chances keeps adding up here.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure kind of stacking up from Zero Mercy B, but they're not really finding anything. 𝗘𝗚𝗏 gonna clear that one away quite easily, but they do keep piling it on. I mean, shot after shot is coming in, but it's just being dealt with so easily as Duck clears this one to the corner. A little bit of a mistouch coming out from 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏. Duck can't quite find the touch, but again, you know, 𝗚𝗏𝗛𝗏 calm, controlled. They are pressuring the ball at every time they can, but quite slowly. A shot going to rattle off the post, but Duck's not going to find it, and that's going to be the first goal for the Zero Mercy B side.
Well, the King may not be happy with his rain cut short. Puts one in. Finally needed for Zero's Mercy's sake. They needed it drastic. They want to keep on surviving. Usually 1.11 goals per game here, so statistically that should be them done and dusted. They will need to require the 6 saves on average to hold on to it. Here's 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏 right across here. Back it goes, shot on target, and the King has own goal. The King has only executed himself here.
I mean, the self-proclaimed king, he's going to be kicking himself for that one. Accidental backflip, ball just bouncing off the post into him. That's not a way you want to be letting goals in, especially if you're, you know, 2 down in this series. Last game, last chance, and kind of putting an own goal in. Got to be kicking yourself for that one.
Kicking the marching orders, I think, would have been sent at this point here. Let's hope the brigade hasn't followed through here to end the mission for Zero Mercy as they try to venture up the field for, you know, about the 3rd time realistically with full pressure on that stage in time. In the stage at the moment, decent 50 infield pass has to be the option, and takes a very much a hopeful shot with 2 minutes and under here. I think credit has to be fully given here to Austro Pegasus. They have stifled the defence to the point here where Zero Mercy cannot play from.
Yeah, they're kind of throwing a lot of hopeful shots on target, especially from the halfway line. I'd like to see more passes across. I tend to see, especially from the Zero Mercy B side, they're quite spread apart, making passing quite difficult, and it's forcing them to just take these hopeful shots on target as 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 there takes 2 out the game, but that bounce is not going to be readable. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏 with a shot on the backboard. Beresford diving in, and 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's diving in as well. Beresford trying to pop it over the last defender, but again, Austro Pegasus, they just look very calm, controlled, dealing with everything that gets thrown at them and scoring on the counter-attacks.
This ball right in. How about this for Royal Ascension? 2-1 through Chris's original bounce here, but fortuitous that 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 did not get her touch. 62 seconds for Mercy to hold on to their kingdom.
As I was saying, yeah, they were looking quite calm and controlled. A little whiff coming out from 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and it's going to be punished. Another hopeful shot coming out from Mercy B, but Beresford dropping it in the middle. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 pressuring this one, but 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 it to nobody there. I mean, he has time on the ball, but banging it away, just losing the pressure for no real need. And Dark hitting it over one, going to be easily dealt with. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏. Alanis pressuring, not sure why she slowed down there. Didn't really know 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 had low boost. Wolfie going to dive on this one. Dunks Burford. Trying to flick it over the last one. Is going to manage. Not on target though. Easily dealt with. And here comes the counter as Elise kind of pushing up the sidewall again. Quite easily dealt with. And Astro Pegasus looking good here, even though they're down a goal.
Down on team 2 here. They've got to find a OT sort of temporary situation, and they did so last time around. Not fortuitous the second time. Does lose this game 2-1. I think credit has to be given to Elise Sarah Mercy. They have put up a fight. They do look a better side with, no offence, with correct knots on it. But again, and this is the problem where we're having at the moment, is what does the other two do? Yes, the goal came through Bradford to 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 but it really is the King show tonight.
Yeah, Ali's really playing well today, scoring a lot of goals for them. 2 goals, 2 saves, doing pretty much everything for this Zero Mercy B side. And I mean, what I'd like to see more from them especially is just passing the ball between them. They are very, very spread apart, and I think it's really hurting their pressure. They need to get a little bit closer into each other, get some passes going, stop these wild, hopeful shots on target, and make sure their kickoffs are solid, as they almost lose one, go one down right off the bat here.
The question really is Zero Mercy's roster, is the land frugal or fertile? Is it the zoo, or is it a palace fit for the King, as he is on time for the ball here? Place it on target, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 to follow through. The servant for this roster here, trying to get one into the middle. Bradford coming in here, trying to aid the ambassador of the team, and corrects the Royal Joker sitting in chat there. Says, let's celebrate the first ever win for Zero Mercy in his campaign in the Autumn Cup here, Boopy. And frankly, it's a deserved celebration, but they cannot get carried away.
Not at all. I mean, yes, they did win 1 game, but they are still, you know, 2-1 in the series. Then it's not looking hopeful for them. They need to just stay calm and composed, keep it going. As the King just kind of throws a ball straight to his servant and just pops that one in nice and easy there for the first goal of the game.
Lance will be annoyed. A simple ball right across, as you said, beaten right much in the centre of the net as best as you can here. And Wolfie up around. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 is on to the left hand side, back around to Wolfie. The connection is there, up his duck, but gone it goes, and King can only drop it. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 back around, and Wolfie is in the final third here. Will not have much boost to work with, but a flip reset from the ceiling will at least assist the attacking operation that has unfolded with the 90 seconds gone by here. The lead is slender, and the King, well, his reign has at least extended for the time being.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting on his throne nice and happy. He's done very well today. A lot of passes, a lot of goals, a lot of saves, and he is really doing a very lot for this Zero Mercy side. But Tuck's going to just kind of bash him out the way. Beresford dropping one down for 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏. Not going to find the read. Wolfie with a long shot. Here comes the counter, but the King again just getting in the way, stopping the play and pushing it back into the Astros side. Wolfie with a nice double touch off the sidewall. Not going to be able to follow though. And the King again, he reigns supreme as he goes to the pinch here, straight down middle, but they're not going to find it. Can Beresford put one in? And he is, as 2 players from Astro just dive on the ball there. Bit of a comms mistake, and it's going to be another nice easy tap-in goal.
There's somewhat fortuitous that 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏 decides to pull a handbrake and hold on to dear life on it. He near enough saved the shot there that would have prevented this 2-0 scoreline, and this is the first time Zero Mercy has led by some considerable margin in any stage of this tournament. As the last shot on target is the keeper caught. Sadly didn't dip down quick enough here, and Wolfie plays it into the side wall as best as it can, allows Chris to do some damage. Surely no, unfortunately not here, and for the first time here, Boopy, quite simply, what it is, this Astro Pegasus side, this is not the side that we've seen for the last 3 games. Not
at all, and Zero Mercy coming out, sword swinging and just doing all the damage here. 2 goals, only 2 minutes left, and we've seen a lot of low-scoring games, so it's looking worrying for this Astros side, going 2 up in the series, but may find themselves 2 down here as the King again just relentless, ruthless, just diving on there. Nice dunk to put the 3rd one in, and the question is, can Astro come back in this one?
I'll have to find the answer to that one in 1 minute 42. That's how much is left. And I think it'd be fair to also mention as well, I think it's the first time that the Zero Mercy roster has put 1 goal on each other's account here. They've actually broken a mold here, maybe, and just maybe, They have found the rhythm to get going here as 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 sets himself up for a double. Well, how about a single instead?
Wonderful stuff from 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 again. That everything that Astro do, it's just not really working. Dark getting a little bit greedy, turning on that for little to no reason, and another nice free goal for the Zero Mercy side. And they are playing very well, but they have been gifted a lot of these. Obviously the King kind of reigning supreme, going for these dunks on a lot of players and setting up a lot for his team, but I wonder how they're going to do in the next game.
Well, you put forth the next game as Reddit Game 5 decider in this best of 5 in the quarter-final stage. Loser does certainly go home here, and no prize pool either for 5th and 6th place here. Only the top 4 at least get some prize pool at least. Here's that shot. Originally gets saved here. But no team should lose a 4-0 scoreline. If they do, oh dear, I wonder who's casting. Oh wait, it's me. Runaway.
Oh dear indeed, the roasting from the great Danny Boy himself will be coming out, but here it's just looking a little bit like a battle of the defense, and Zero Mercy definitely coming in on top. I mean, great backboard defense there, just shutting down the play early, but definitely not perfect from them. I do see a lot of double commits on defense. Luckily, they are kind of pushing the ball into the corner, unlike this Astro side where they get double commits and it just kind of rolls out in front of their goal. But they do need to step up here. They did find themselves ahead, and they're now going equal. Zero Mercy obviously coming in with a lot of momentum. Is 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 going to find one at 0 seconds? He's not, and it's going to be 2-2 in the series. And what a matchup we've seen today.
I think, with all due respect, before we even talk about the match here, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓, Alanis, really? Did you seriously do what I thought that you done there? Oh, if anybody didn't see there on the screen before the last shot 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 tried to stop there, rotated back post, thought 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 may have had it, and stopped dead. Couldn't care if it went in for 5. That's just cheeky, and, well, fair play to you. It's a lost game. No point in trying to fight and survive a pointless battle. You have to pick and choose here. So the Commander-in-Chief, the King for Zero Mercy, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓, really has been the MVP. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 has stepped up here. The question really is, as you did put forth, who wins Game 5? We're both wrong in our predictions. Are we both wrong and presume Zero Mercy is beaten?
You know, I do think that that Zero Mercy have a very good chance here. I mean, a lot of battling coming out from Zero Mercy. They really have stepped up in these last 2 games, and the momentum's all on them. The question is, who can we see stepping up from this Astro Pegasus side to secure them this victory? And I guess we won't have to wait long to find out, as Dark takes it over 2 players, dunking the last one for the goal. And I mean, we were asking who was going to step up, and I think we already know.
All of Zero Mercy beaten in that one play. Didn't take 15 seconds to sit here and really work out who started their dominance, and that's Astro Pegasus. They were like that for near enough 3 games. They should have won it in 3 realistically. Unfortunately not the case here. Bradford, one touch. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓 goes across to steal the boost here, so it means a long rotation that allows the Pegasus to move further. They've galloped further down the Zero Mercy, and as he has options, he goes with herself here, doesn't trust the teammates at this time around. Minute gone by now, and suddenly that 1 goal looks even slender but precious.
Precious indeed. I mean, the King's got to be worried now. 4 minutes left. There's a lot of time for this comeback, but Astro Pegasus looking strong, but not too strong. I mean, the King himself knows any team is beatable, and he's gonna pop one in himself just to get the equalizer.
Well, there's plenty of times we've seen Alanis on stream here, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓, and unfortunately I had the unfortunate situation casting a particularly important match of hers. As she gifted possession once beforehand, she does it this time around again, and has let the deficit, unfortunately, against Zero Mercy to come into equal. And that original save as well from Zero Mercy They've allowed themselves to maybe get the chance here to save a second one to keep it in.
Ooh.
Won't happen with Wolfie. Ducky with the connection, and it may be all Quackers now.
I mean, Quack as he just kind of launches the ball at Wolfie. The two animal-named players really stepping up, and I mean, we did think it was just Duck stepping up in that first goal, but wonderful pass down to Wolfie, wonderful redirect, and great way to find the second one as Duck coming off the crossbar, getting a pretty lucky save, and that's a bit divey for the last player there on Zero Mercy B. It is going to be left unpunished, but they do look like they're going back into their old state of just diving on the ball, making sure they're shutting everything down, and it could end up punishing them in the long run.
Thing will follow his own air dribble. The King has been told to back into safety. He takes charge, and the post denies. The woodwork will not deny Wolfie an own goal. 2-2 with 3 minutes on the clock. We've only had one OT here. We may just be reaching the territory where the side requires it.
And another whiff coming out from 𝗚𝗏𝗧 there, diving on the ball, following up the clear, rightly so, but quite an easy touch, just tapping that into the corner, playing it into safety, and yeah, just doesn't find the touch, and it's going to be a nice easy tapping goal for Zero Mercy. But Wolfie, a nice high shot, no one on the backboard, but the King himself, he's going to clear that one away, going straight to Duck, flicking it over one. 𝗚𝗏𝗧's getting a bit hasty there, and it's not going to find anything. Wolfie popping this down to 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧, straight to 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧's just passing it straight back off to the Zero Mercy side. Wolfie can't find the touch. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧's putting the pressure on now. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧's dribbling this up. And the King himself, he says, you know, we need to be safe here. We can put pressure on, but we need this third man back. And they are doing it very well. 2-2 in the series. 2 minutes left. And a lot of time to find this last goal, but which side is it going to be?
May have an answer. The King finds a solution defensively this time around here. It really is who backens to the charge here, and Grefford back across here, and Duck with one pop up, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧 down it goes, and allows the King actually to take charge this time, rightly so for the clearance here. Duck, 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧's is going for the demo this time around. We were wondering when that gameplay came around, and what a demo.
Ooh.
And Wolfie, there's one rule in this game: boost or ball, which do you choose? I think somebody choose Pearly.
Little mistake coming out from Wolfie there, and we did see Astro as this demo heavy side, but it is getting turned around on them. Obviously sword swinging from this kingship side. Zero Mercy B getting a nice demo for a free goal there, and they're just gonna put another one in. And is hope lost for this Astro Pegasus side now? 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧's on the backboard there, can't quite find the touch, and it's looking shaky from them, kind of sloppy in defense, and they are getting punished for it.
11 games they played up until this point. 2.64 goals per game. It is possible for them to find more. They're going to have to find 2 to keep their chances. Their survival rate, however, is now low here as King moves across here. Wolfie back around, and 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧s should just find to the backboard here. It's tight enough here, in the shot should have been buried. That should have been game over. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧, what has she got here? Past, of course, the King, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗧. This time around just gets the clearance, and Wolfie drops it down here. An upset is on the cards here with a minute and under. Biggest upset at the tournament here could unfold.
Our predictions both looking wrong. We both went the Astro Pegasus side, and they're really looking shaky at the moment. A lot of whiffs coming out. They do have the players in the right spots, but they're not finding the touches they need. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧s pushing this one up. Going to be a nice, easy save for the King here. Gets a good block. Duck getting a bit hasty there, but 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧s with a quick dive, pushing that one to safety. Duck, another whiff coming out. They're looking shaky. They're looking worried, and I can't really see them bringing this back. 14 seconds left, and I feel like the upset is confirmed here.
Massive upset. Astro Pegasus not necessarily an outright favourite to win it. Certainly their fans will be disappointed. Let down RSA here, let down Bootby onto the panel here in Zero Mercy as a roster who did not deserve to be here. Didn't deserve it when Krex was on the roster. Chris certainly has elevated the quality, but it's the king who reigns supreme. Will he reign supreme at the tournament? That's going to be the biggest question of all. That answer may come in a few hours' time, of course, but 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏, I think credit has to be given here. What a roster, what a team. Just fell short when they needed to finish the job off in Game 3.
They fell short indeed. I mean, it was quite disappointing for me. I mean, I know they're a very solid team. They had the players in the right spots. They did look very promising at the start. They're going 2 games up in this series, but just missing the touches they needed to and missing too much and looking very sloppy at the end there. And they do deserve to go out early, unfortunately for them.
Well, going out as well, and statistically the worst team who shouldn't even been playoffs, but again, due to the wild card, eNightmare has gone out to Fort Templar on the other quarterfinal match, which was actually streamed, I believe, through one of the players' perspective as well, too. So that means we do know our semi-finalists. But, of course, that does mean we're going to tease you with a quick break as well, too. We'll see you on the other side.
I hate when shit is out of my control, and lately shit been out of my control. So I've been running fast in my head, trying to raise these thoughts, yeah, trying to find peace inside, but that shit's been hard to find. I cannot see it here, I cannot see it here. So I need to get away. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new start and find the happy me again. Clear sky, yeah, there will be. And one day I'll come home a better me. I really ain't trying to concern you, but lately I've been a mess, and it's been pretty concerning that all these colors turn gray. They say you can't find happiness where you've lost it, and I've lost it here. I cannot see it here, I cannot see it here. So I need to get away. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new start and find the happy me again. And clear sky, yeah, there will be. And one day I'll come home a better me. But for now, I'll be over the hills and far away. 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 But don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new start. I don't see my name next to yours. I can't feel my weight anymore. Holding on to hope that I might be enough. You know what my heart's aiming for. Meet me up and tell me you needed someone better. I can't wait around anymore. Feel like we don't speak how we used to be together. Lying down on my bedroom floor. Late last night I called, hoping you pick up the phone. I know that there's been some time since I had you all alone. What you really
the thing I wanna find a way into your life. There's no way out when I'm just not enough. There's no way out when I just wanna run. There's no way out when I'm just not enough. There's no way out when I just wanna run. I can't even see through the lights. Keep running round in circles and lines, holding on to hope that I might be enough. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. Go. Meet me up and tell me you needed someone better. I can't wait around anymore. Feel like we don't speak how we used to be together. Lying down on my bedroom floor. Late last night I called, hoping you pick up the phone. I know that there's been some time since I had you all alone. What you really like is the thing I wanna find a way into your life. There's no way out when I'm just not enough. There's no way out when I just wanna run. There's no way out when I'm just not enough. There's no way out when I just wanna run.
Let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you for the daylight. I can take your pain and I. Let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you to the spotlight. I can get you out of your damn mind. I can get you out of this damn life. Go back to the store where we had it all, sipping Hennessy, going through it all. I know you don't want love. Now I know you've had enough. Heartbroken, yeah, your strings are sprung. They want you, said they were the one. Oh, let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you to the spotlight. I can take away your damn mind. Let me take you to the spotlight. I can get you out of your damn mind. I can get you out of this damn life. Go back to the store where we had it all, sipping Hennessy, going through it all. You don't need no love. No, you don't need no love. You just need more hope. Guidance, purity, you know that others can't see what you mean to me. I know that your eyes are open like the ocean, you know we exploding. Hurricanes are coming in, I don't know where I'm going. Don't try and say that you love me, it's a different day. Falling so deep, I can't escape. Falling so deep, might run away. Oh, let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you to the spotlight. I can take away your damn mind. I can take you to the spotlight. I can get you out of your damn mind. I can get you out of this damn life. Go back to the store where we had it all, sipping Hennessy, going through it all.
Yeah, no love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love, cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love. Where the love go? I don't know, but I need something that's for real. She just want designer red bottoms in the hills, California. She just want the limelight, gold digger. She gon' see me when the time's right. Heard that little boy was try to play me. Heard he talking crazy, now he coming to congratulate the kid. I think it's funny how they try to hide the hate and be the first to smile up in your face and show you all this fake love. I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? Where the love go? I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? I can't show no love, can't show no love. No love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love. Cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love. Where the love go? Tell me where the love went. She don't care unless it benefits her budget. And I can tell she only in it for the gold. She gon' have to learn to get it on her own. Tell me why the boy was talking on me like he was sweet, then turn around and try to dab me when we up in the street. I can't show no love for a hater, a traitor. Showing fake love, see you later. I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? Where the love go? I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? I can't show no love, can't show no love. No love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love. Cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love.
Yeah. What? Ay, feeling like I'm top 5. Top. Ay, yeah. Look, I know I'm top 5. This gon' make the block ride. Caught them on the back street. Gotta tell them bye-bye. They don't want no beef. No, this isn't Five Guys. Yeah, I'm coming for the chicken. I ain't talking Popeyes. White girls, black girls. We don't do apartheid. I was working part-time. Tell them part in my grind. Just a light-skinned boy coming from the dark side. Always talking that real. Go and check the archives. Ay, get it how you live it. And why on the fitted, you be telling them who did it. I be going crazy with it, I should be committed. I know that they jocking me, they never gonna admit it. I'm fired up, no it's not tied up, we winning. I got more bars than a life sentence. Y'all got bars with the ones you not penning. Take it as a diss if you listen and offended. Yeah, that's the all if you offended. Jay invented swag, and the swag I...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the E-Nightmare. It is the Autumn Cup as well too. And well, we have replaced one appeal to the masses. We have unfortunately found maybe something a little bit more different to maybe make everybody more different. It's unfortunately, the appeal is Matt Taryu.
Yes, not too bad. We needed someone that was repping EN on this stream. I think that's the key thing that we might have been missing. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Before we get this match going on, and we have never done an interview onto this before, and I think you might know, and you know me well enough, I like a decent ripping into players.
I know from personal experience.
And it's going to continue. Why were you so dreadful with the 20-0 loss in Game 4 against Fort Templar?
Well, I'd like to go with the traditional Rocket League response of, it was my teammate's fault.
So you would like to
Never my fault, never my fault.
So you would like to throw in Exalty, Sympathy, and Jessica for that?
I've got no sympathy for that, so yeah, I'll go with that. I'm going to throw him under the bus, and I'm going to say, it's not good enough, lads, it's not good enough. I'm out here playing like a 2K, 0 mistakes. Oh.
So he's not going to give the jazz hands style approach and saying it's all me, but without being the case, we might as well get into the more serious side of the action. This is a prize pool, technically, portion of the tournament as well, Matt, as you rightly know. 12
I don't know
euros.
what they're all going to spend it on. Like, I'd be lining it up at the minute. Do you know, like when you put your lottery ticket on, you're thinking, what can I spend all this money on? That's what exactly the situation they're in right now.
Well, that's fair enough. Just for anybody who's unaware, it is 12 euros for the, well, 4 or 3, depending on how many is on your roster. I think you can probably get about 12 Freddos.
Yeah, I think 2 at this point in time, to be fair. You've seen the economy.
No, to be fair, you can buy the smaller ones, 6 for £1 in the small pack.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I've seen the ones where you go to the corner shop, £1 a Freddo. Oh.
I remember when they used to be 20p, or if not cheaper.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's it. Let's not go too much into our age of things. We're the boomers of the society, but...
Yes, especially when Boopy's on the stream, when the average age of the production just goes down to 12 when he's on. But...
yeah, we all do.
Well, with that being the case as well, our match, Zero Mercy versus Zero Mercy, you haven't misheard or echo on the stream. It's the A versus B team, and Matt, you've experienced the wrath of one particular. Well, which way is this match going to go?
Well, I'll tell you what, Zero Mercy A, and this is a Zero Mercy derby, so I'm guessing, Jota, you'll be watching with a keen eye here to see what happens. You'll be really looking forward to this one. But Zero Mercy A, and we've seen one of the players has joined, and 2 of the players have joined. I think Zero Mercy A, they're probably the better side, but I really do think Zero Mercy B can bring a little bit of heart to it and really give them a really good game here. What do you reckon?
I don't think this was going to be a close match in the slightest, to be truthfully honest. Even with Chris on the roster here, there is one player with the most dodgiest mechanics I've ever seen in E-Nightmare, and that's including with the 2100 in the form of Lucky in the 6-mans. That's, of course, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏.
I think that's a little unfair. He's a little bit of a hot and cold player, yeah, and he'll make some weird mistakes, but he can also get you a really good goal now and again with some mechanics.
I love how you said before that you wanted a bit of roasting. It's a full barbecue tonight, everybody, for the semi-final. And speaking about barbecues, this one has been burnt crispy, and there's only one person to blame. It's Crex! No, it's not. It's 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏.
No, I think I've got to put it out to Chris there. He should be reading that better. He needs to be in position to get that out.
It's never Chris's fault. His wire's apparently DCing him, so we're just blaming 𝗘𝗡𝗏.
Is he the pawn of this situation?
Well, potentially the pawn. We might have a bishop or a knight later on, and I don't know if anybody has seen as well. There's a special game on Reddit, actually, with certainly some strange rules that were applied with the B and C pawn that had a 2-week sort of isolation period due to COVID. Who knew chess pieces could catch it? As 1 minute has gone by, 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏 trying to redempt himself, and he has certainly done so.
Yeah, it was just a little bit quicker to that. I think Zouch would probably be doing better, and then they both just fake challenge and really get caught out there. He didn't. Just probably poor defense on Zero Mercy A's behalf.
I wonder is Jota going to be in the comms and Zero Mercy and telling both of them let a few goals in to see what would happen.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jota's playing. Can I just jump on your account? I want to have a go. I want to see if I can beat Max. 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏, that is.
I'm going to say nothing. It's not difficult to beat 𝗘𝗏𝗏 in the slightest, but...
Well, actually, speaking of, 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, is actually everything he knows, reportedly, and what I've been told has been taught to him by 𝗘𝗚𝗜𝗚. So yeah, you're looking at a mini 𝗘𝗚𝗚, really. That's all the skills and mechanics. That's where it's come from.
Just a shame the gameplay didn't transposed in that teaching lesson. Sometimes the master and the apprentice may overlap. This will certainly be the time for Pating to do some of those mechanical plays that Matt was alluding that Judo could perform, as Chris, a bit more old-fashioned player, boots it downfield when needs to, and has been on the 𝗘𝗏𝗏 master roster plenty of times in his years of experience. Should probably know how to deal with a weird team when especially comes to Zero Mercy.
I mean, yeah, you're saying he's been on the master roster. He's not been on a good performing master roster, and we're against what I'd call a good master roster here. So I've really got to discount that piece, unfortunately, for Chris on that one. He cut it really well in the Challenger Season 1 season, but yeah, at this level, he's not going to be a cut above anyone at this point.
Matt, one of the fine admins here at 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, who captained the particular challenger team last season of IEL, and if I remember correctly, Chris actually left the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 roster. Don't know how particular season went after that, because frankly he left the server in terms of my eyes when he left the Masters team, and this ball being put across here in the middle, hopefully by the King here. Do you feel like these players deliberately go slow and not do the simple thing they should be doing here?
It's a really cagey start. There's a lot of really surprising misses from Zero Mercy A, because they've got really good players. I mean, 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, she's like a 1900 player, really. I'm just seeing quite a few mechanical errors from both sides at the minute. As it just gets stuck in the corner as repeatedly people are missing, and missing, as it finally gets a decent clear down the pitch.
I would agree with the mechanics. This one certainly woeful. Then there's a few players who you could probably expect it from. Maybe a particular Matt from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, the worst player from the group stage last night. Don't know if you've seen the statistics.
Excuse me?
You haven't clearly went through the statistics.
I have not, but excuse me. No, I have not seen my own statistics, I'm afraid.
The 25 players played, you were the 25th player.
Fantastic.
It depends on what metrics you follow through. Certainly one who was much higher up.
Let's gloss over that. As King gets a brilliant double tap there. He just plays it a little bit slow, but again, I'm questioning that Zero Mercy A defense. They're very standoffish at all points and whenever anybody's pressing them.
Standoffish? I've seen a British standard Q be a little bit more standoffish than this before here, as frankly the B team are queuing up here for a spanking at the midfield.
I mean, yeah, it's just a bad kickoff. It's a little bit unlucky with that one. I'm not saying a spanking in midfield at 2-2 when it's been a bit of a strange match like this. So a better kickoff here gets us kicked off, a double kickoff. Let's see if they can do anything with this bit of possession.
I dislike you for that. A double kickoff. Next you're going to be ordering a double latte as well too.
With double espresso in it, yeah, sure.
Well, hopefully the couriers can get on to that. Maybe Andy can sort something out as a double commit
What a
came
save.
through.
It's a fantastic save. I mean, double committed, but fantastic.
Haven't really had time to roast the players, to be fair. It has been a strange match, but nonetheless an OT for our opening game, and what hasn't been mentioned, and I think rightly due now, it is a best of 7 from the semi-finals onward, so an extra game required if they want to move on to the grand finale.
Yeah, for sure. This is only really the start of it, so it's not really showing us anything. I think after this game we're going to be seeing two potentially different teams and one getting on top, but in this overtime it is kind of over, so I guess we may as well go into the analysis.
That's the analysis over. We're moving on to game 2.
Yeah, let's go straight into it. That's yeah. I potentially skipped a step there, lads. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it was just quicker to that ball, and no one was really in position to make that save. So potentially a little bit poor from Zero Mercy B, but I see promise. they're not getting torn apart, and Zero Mercy A just not playing as well as I maybe expected. What do you reckon on that?
I'm just trying to work out when the gameplay starts.
I think this might be it. I think we're potentially in for this kind of game. This little bit of a cagey, mistake-driven game. I think that's what we could end up with. It's kind of what I expected from Zero Mercy B. It's more their playstyle to get in people's faces, go for balls you wouldn't expect, and miss balls you wouldn't expect, which I think is going to make it like this all night for Zero Mercy A, unless they can really figure them out.
Well, we'll hopefully see some kind of improvement going on further on. With that being said as well, don't forget our second semi-final happening after this one. Ball of Duty versus Fort Templar. Would have been an interesting one if a few teams stepped up to the mark, but with that being the case, does that then make Zero Mercy's A team the favourite to take the tournament at least?
It's hard to say at this point. On yesterday's performance, I'd have absolutely agreed with you. But Ball of Duty were really strong yesterday, in my opinion, and I don't think they've got that hot and cold aspect to it so much. So I really do think they're my favourites at this point in time.
Fair enough. Certainly not everybody's favourites. We will say, of course, how everything goes in the forward. Ball of Duty will be certainly a waterfall in terms of how the eyes will be tearing up after a new substitute will be coming in for that team, and we haven't seen Duckman appear onto our pitch at one stage yet. Kevin will be playing for that role, so I believe for a particular Pony or Thrashy you can make it as well.
It's Pony, and thank you for reminding me about that. I would like to rephrase what I'm saying, and if there's any bets on, I'm going for Zero Mercy A based off of that new information. Pony is such a strong player that's to be missing from that.
Well, no fear for the Nightmare manager with the Nightmare roster. Just shows you.
Zero Mercy, yeah, a little bit of the same anyway, so that's fine with me. We go way back.
I'm just trying to peddle a few dramas here, seeing we're meant to be roasting.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you as such, but
maybe we should blame the transfer manager, Andy.
Oh yeah, it's always Andy's fault. Everybody knows this. Everybody that's part of EN or any related org, it's Andy's fault. We know this.
Well, Andy sitting on the Nightmare account, probably huffing and puffing, and unfortunately that's probably due to his ranked games. As Matt said, blame the teammates. The mantra certainly has been happening here, but on our release live stream game here, 90 seconds gone by with not a single goal here. At least the Mercy's B team has stepped up to the plate and worked out what a defence was.
No, I've got to agree with you there. We've seen a couple of chances as well, just maybe lacking the mechanics towards the end. As this goes flying towards the goal, actually, if he can get a touch there, it's unfortunate. He was close. But yeah, it's just consistently like that. They're getting the breakaway chances and not able to capitalise just due to a lot of mechanical errors at this point in time.
Bart, when did you become a teacher trying to be sympathetic to the students? That's very nice, we'll stick this on the fridge type approach.
Yeah, well, because it's on stream, you've got to be a little bit nicer in my opinion, but if there's a particular mistake that needs laughing at, it certainly will get it. Like that. That is just horrendous. I am sorry. I mean, you asked for it, and he's just dropped it straight in front of him there. He had all the time in the world, and he's just passed it straight to him for an easy goal. I'm actually disappointed in that one.
Well, the Pating special, the silverware hit the floor, and also did the China too, with the scoreline going 1-0 favour to the Ace roster as Search drops back. And Pating, well, he has been not necessarily stand out today, but he has at least looked somewhat competent, which is a praising factor.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You've just jinxed him. Look at this poor lad. Is listening to you say things about that, passes it to him again, and just gets straight beat.
Yes, but King unfortunately was being chased off into the corner.
He was. It was a good play from Zero Mercy to recognise there was only one man back there, and the press could be really capitalised on with a player pressing him.
I'm not saying, but we could really play with people in terms of the audio here right now and just say Zero Mercy played Zero Mercy.
They are. I think that makes casting life very easy. And Zero Mercy have just done something. As another miss comes out on the wall from Chris, he is just not getting the mechanics right in this series, which against a team like Zero Mercy A, you can't be getting them wrong consistently, unfortunately. They're going to capitalize on it. You're not going to get a ton of chances like you're getting at the minute. They're going to be closing gaps, and look at that. They're just hitting the crossbar is what they're doing.
Look at that, Matt says from his balcony. Look at that, the pinnacle of all shooting ability. Look at that as the passing play shot finally goes in, and Zero Mercy looks incompetent. Work out which
They really do. Their fourth player, the post, he stepped out for this one, and he has just gone missing. He's not able to save him on this occasion. They just look a bit of a mess.
I'm just trying to work out how the post can step out.
In their opinion, I'm sure it did.
I think it fell over more.
Might be disappearing at this point, but we'll see. He might come back in later in the series. I have played Zero Mercy 8, and we got some favourable score lines based on the post. It was quite a helpful feature.
Well, features of the post can usually make or break tournament runs. Zero Mercy's A team looking to continue that feat as King wide and the bounce and the conserves really does screen up the A team's chances of scoring their fourth one. And quite frankly here, I think we should go out for dinner. Personally myself, this should be done in 4 games.
I think they might nick a game if Zero Mercy A switch off, but other than that, I can't really disagree if they keep this level up. I was saying last game that potentially it'll be a bit of a cagey game and a weird game with Zero Mercy B, but I think they've figured them out now. They've got the gapping a bit more right, and they're just beating them with mechanics. It's I can't see this going any other way at this point.
Well, if anybody is looking for something to do for the next 30 minutes, feel free to put the kettle on or anything else, because, yeah, we're watching Bating hit the ball occasionally, and we're wondering when Krex is going to sub in.
I think we need 2 Krexes. At this point, I think we need a Krex for Chris, and we need a Krex for Max. Bating. As he misses another ball, that was nearly a goal. They've just not got the positioning sorted out at all. There's no trust in each other. They're not going to the rear post rotation. Not that it needs doing every time, but they're just never doing it and getting themselves caught out. If they could sort that out, maybe they take a game. I really hope they do, just for our sanity of having to cast such a one-sided series.
Just for a bit of transparency, the A team's complaining that the map's on farm state. Keep complaining and we'll keep it on.
I mean, we could change it. Farmstead Night is available.
Yeah,
we can always pitch that at them. And I mean, there's always Salty Shores as well. Like, there's some really good quality maps available to us. But obviously, we wouldn't do that because we would be stuck waiting whilst the players have to return after rage quitting.
How dare they complain about the Autumn Cup being on an autumn map as Krex looking for some carried over to Bating.
That's a great goal. I'm sorry, but if they could do a little bit more of this magic up front, they might be okay. The speed's there, the positioning's there. That was a nice goal. Now they just need to keep it up.
Hold on, I'm just getting word from VAR. It's not offside, the goal stands, and we're just checking with FIFA if it's the last goal wins or first goal in this case here.
I cannot see this being the last goal of this series. I don't know about yourself, but no. I think that's why he's saying it, isn't it? If it is the only goal, they might get a win.
Well, gotta have some hope they can defend for the next 4 minutes.
Oh, even there, I don't know about you, I was getting nervous for him there. It comes flying across goal. Both of them are flipping at it. It's just as soon as it comes in their half, that's when it gets really messy.
Well, quite clearly, Matt's playful play pitch here might just spill into trouble here as May just have another firing shot here a minute gone by, and that's woeful accuracy. I was going to throw another name under the bus with your team here, but
Whose team? Whose team?
Your team, one of your teammates with that shooting accuracy with so much flashbacks there in the 6-mans.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit more from Ali's actually. He's been very quiet. He usually just goes about his business and does his thing. Oh no. I'm sorry, I mentioned his name and I ruined it for him. That's what happened there. But no.
Voldemort.
He's got the scars, he's got the scars. Oh, thank God for that.
Oh, let it go in.
No, I want some closeness to the series. I want some content. Let's keep it tight at the defense for the Zero Mercy B lads. That's what we need to see. As he sets himself up and he goes through another touch. They're quick to get on him in the blue half, but they're so slow to get on him in their own half, and it's just the wrong way around.
I didn't know you were a technical genius, Matt.
It's true. That is the first time that's been mentioned to me, but I will take the compliment.
Well, chat's not disagreeing with it, so it must be true.
Exactly. Oh, you've got time to read chat as well? Oh, that's the next level.
Well, that's because I'm not watching the gameplay.
Okay, yeah, you're doing yourself a favour, I am not gonna lie. He does break through there, but there's nobody with him, so I was just saying how quickly... What is going on? What is going on? I don't know how to cast this. There's nobody there. Zero Mercy A aren't challenging quick enough. Suddenly Max out of nowhere gets a goal. It's not making sense.
Well, if anybody is supporting Zero Mercy, congratulations, you're guaranteed at least one team in the final.
Final? I'm going to say semi-final and no further if these two teams keep this level of play up. I'm sorry, but even Call of Duty with Kevin, Are
you going to say they're going to somehow draw a semi-final and both teams fail to go further?
Well, do you know, when you was asking me what weaknesses I've specifically got, and I'd say details, I'd forgotten it was the semi-final. I thought this was quarterfinals, having forgotten I'd already played in that.
I'm so glad that this tournament was organised.
Yeah, no, I had nothing to do with this organisation, so obviously that makes sense as to why I forget.
I don't know, the Excel spreadsheet says otherwise.
As again, Chris takes a miss there when they had a good opportunity, but at this minute
change the topic, Matthew.
We're casting a game, Daniel.
Oh, I see how it is then.
Yeah, I've got no time for talking about roasting me. I've got to roast other players.
Well, shall we talk about Christopher or Max here?
Your pick. I think we can have some comments on both of them in that situation. Chris made an awful miss up front and wasn't able to make up for it, and Max just positional error. Goal. I'm sorry, but they've just put Zero Mercy A back in this game.
To all the neutrals out there, so are going, please be a 4-0, please be a 4-0.
That's a good play. Someone should have challenged him, but it was a good play from him there. He pops it up for himself, and he puts some power on the shot. Uses aerial to get round, and he just puts it behind him. I'd say poor positioning in the net, but he did capitalise on that well.
So what you're saying is because of the bad gameplay, they scored because of it.
I mean, yes, but you need a level of skill to be able to capitalise on it as well, and he showed that. I don't think we're going to be seeing particularly many outplays. It'll just be capitalising on mistakes here, by the looks of how this is going. And that's for both sides, I've got to say. I am not impressed with Zero Mercy A's defense.
Well, we must have the Nightmare match versus against the A team. I think everybody would
we
like
actually
to see
lost
that.
those. We lost the replays for those.
Oh, I still have them.
No, you don't. No. You won't when I paid someone to remove them anyway.
With everything else being stated as well too, as I've been mentioning before, and I am reading the Twitch chat as well too. Judah said there's a 900 MMR gap. There isn't a 900 feet gap when it comes to the net there that Chris just missed, and it is an OT.
A 900 MMR gap between who? Is that between Max and Zouch? I know Zouch is about 1900, so I guess that tracks. What about your maths there, Danny?
I think you may have got it wrong. Maybe it might be 900 by the magnitude of the difference. We'll have to ask Yoda to clarify the units on that statement.
I think we will. We will need that. We'll need some facts and figures put down on a sheet so we can read what's going on with that. As he goes up for a decent read, but just wasn't able to get a touch on that. I think Zero Mercy B, they really need a win here. If they're to start any momentum whatsoever, they need to be getting a win on the books early. I think if Zero Mercy A take this, I think their mentality will take a hit, because they have not been playing strong, and they've still somehow managed to stay in this game.
Can you say that last sentence again, please?
They've still somehow managed to stay in the game?
Yeah, har.
Yahar? What?
Yeah, har. As in, yes, how are they staying in the game? Not AR as in the parrot.
Sorry, it's the accent difference. I don't understand the Irish. That's the bit I'm struggling with there. But no, sorry, I'll stop roasting you and I'll go back to roasting the players.
Oh, that's not even a roast. That's your ears not working.
No, that's just Irish not being a very good language.
Speaking English, not Irish.
It's impossible to understand. Oh, that is a great shot. Let's go away from this argument, and that is a really nice shot from 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡 there. So as I was saying, he's either doing something brilliant or doing something rubbish. In that case, he did the first part of that.
I think with that being said as well too, Harper, just a round of applause for the next 60 seconds.
You're taking your game. I think you're really showing yourselves well there.
Yep. Congratulations.
Do you see him keeping up any momentum whatsoever here?
Are we talking about the casting or the gameplay?
Let's go with Zero Mercy B for a start, as we can work on the rest as we're watching the game.
I'm just trying to work out how we can get a substitute here and remove a certain player of the B team at the moment to make it interesting.
Who are you picking? Because the player we've been roasting the most, I've got to say, he's got 690 points, 3 goals, and a decent shooting percentage.
Yes, and that would be the player I would be removing.
So the player you're bringing back on is going to have to be able to score 3 goals versus a high-level team.
No, I'm going to make the net bigger.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yes.
Can we actually do that? I think we should be talking to Tensei and seeing if this is a possibility.
Oh,
I think it would really even things up.
I think it would do as well too. And Zero Mercy's A team has complained about the map, so we're sticking to Farmstead again. I'm not having it today, teams. I'm in a bad mood.
Well, as Boop is in charge, I imagine that's because he wasn't watching or doesn't have chat on. There we go.
Oh, he doesn't have chat on for the broadcast sake. But I'm not in a good mood and teams aren't getting their requests.
No, well, hopefully there's a game later on. I believe you're stepping out from casting for the next game. Is that right?
Oh, that would be accurate, yes.
Yeah, but you're back in for the finals, which should hopefully be some good teams, some good casting.
Oh,
well, maybe some good teams. We'll stick to that.
Just to let teams know, it will be full roast mode seeing that's a final.
No, that's absolutely fair. So hopefully they don't need roasting. That's the best case scenario. We have 2 good... Oh my days. We have 2 good teams going at it. That's really what we want to see. I'd love to see a best of 7 with 2 actually high quality teams.
And
going
none of them are E-Nightmare.
I don't have any words to say, I'm sorry. Come back to me.
It's okay. We do feel sympathetic towards you, but we cannot be sympathetic to this play here, as frankly, the B team was outplayed.
I mean, the worthy. It was a good spot of the pass, but yeah, you knew where it was going. You had 2 players come in. Shouldn't be getting through. He goes for a bit of a solo play, but it's a good read from Max, to be fair to him.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't.
Oh my. No. Don't let it go in.
Yes.
What are you doing tomorrow? Any plans?
No, I'm just going to be watching the A team of E Nightmare with Matt Blue's gameplays from the replays. I'm going to watch that.
Ah, I retain. There'll be zero mechanics, but it won't be terrible.
Yes, but I like a good laugh every so often.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a bad weekend for me gameplay-wise, but it's all about having a bit of fun with it. Isn't it?
Well, bit of fun here and there certainly has spiced things up, and I was going to say this would be 4-0 series-wise, but to everybody's disbelief, the B team has got a game as this ball's been played into the middle. Bating has a shot, and
Do you reckon they're taking another? I reckon they are. What about you? Shall we put some bets on?
I don't want to watch any more of this game, to be honest.
I know, that's why I'm trying to put bets on, because it is just an absolute mess. Zero Mercy 8, much better going forward, much better midfield. They're just... Where's the defense? Where's any discipline in defense?
I didn't know you were becoming sort of an American cheerleader there.
Give me an A, give me a B, Zero Mercy. Is that it?
No, it's no. Give me. Where's the defense? Spell out defense. Question mark at the end with the pom poms.
Well, I can get the pom poms out if you want, but you'll have to give me a few minutes between games.
I didn't know you had an OnlyFans account or whatever it is.
Oh no, you're on to me now. Yeah, no, I had to quit that when they decided they weren't doing explicit content anymore. So yeah, that's now over, unfortunately.
Oh.
What? I cannot get my head around this game. It is very difficult to cast because of how messy it is. I don't know if you've got lots of experiences. Are you finding the same? Or what would you say about this game and how easy it is to understand?
All that I'm just saying, I'm so glad you decided to come into the casting booth, because all the games I've casted so far, I've been gentle.
Okay. And now this one, it doesn't deserve gentleness, is that what you're saying?
I think that there's been games that were better in quality who I ripped into, cracks being more specifically, that deserved a bit more respect than this game has produced.
Do you reckon that's just because of the two teams' playstyles? Because it's the same team, essentially, and it's the same team you've seen in Zero Mercy A that have not looked this strange on stream or playing against. So maybe it's just how they're playing against each other. What do you reckon?
No, the only thing that they share in the same quality is in by name. That's it.
Oh, okay. So you're still saying that Zero Mercy A are a lot better started?
I know.
We're going with it. A 2-1.
All that I'm saying is Zero Mercy is a side. That is it. That is my statement.
Okay. I'll go with you on that.
I'm just annoyed that some of my favourites have went out here. And
who's your favourites? Who was your favourites to win the whole thing?
Well, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨 was one of them. I did have potentially maybe Ball of Duty to do decently well, but with Zero Mercy A to come out and win the thing.
But you still got 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗏 in there. They're actually the top seed for the tournament, and you've completely discounted them there. Do you not rate them, or?
I'm going to be unpopular. I just don't like 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Is that a person specific? The name of 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏? I'm just going to dog you in here. I hope they're listening.
I don't care that they're listening.
So this invitational where we invite our IEL friends and you're going, actually, them 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏, they're the worst. They're terrible. Don't like them. They're going to be sat there going, I didn't realise we were so disliked. But apart from that, you don't like them. So is that you don't like them so you don't want them to win? Or you don't like them and you don't think they can win?
I don't care. I just want somebody who I know to win. I am biased as a caster.
Fair enough.
It's just a shame I know it's not going to be Bating.
Well, okay, 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏 has left. Is that because of the map? Or is that because he's changing car?
Well, I presume it's a change of car. We are not changing the map.
Okay. Was it 𝗘𝗏 that was complaining? You have to remind me on that one.
It was all of them, I think. I don't care. I told you I'm in a bad mood.
Okay, okay, that's fair. So, assuming that he comes back, that was a pretty close game, even
No,
though
it
an utter
wasn't.
mess.
It wasn't
The
close.
look at the scoreline. It's 2-1. There was some
I,
points on
I'm
both
looking at
sides.
the scoreline. It is
Look,
2-1.
Zouch 6 more points than Beres for 𝗘𝗚𝗓𝗧. I expect more from 𝗘𝗚𝗓𝗧. I'm sorry, I can't really see him that Patink at the top of the leaderboard every time. He is not the strongest player on their side.
Hold on, let's put it this way. When we done the averages, you had it 400, I had it 500. This is the first time we've seen him below 200.
Yeah, what is he doing?
It's pathetic. It's disgraceful.
It really is. From a player of his caliber, I do expect more. He's the one that's rotating properly, supposed to be. He's the one that's supposed to be having the pop-off mechanics as well. When it comes down to it, he should be a much better player, and he's just really not showing it.
So I think we should sub him in with cracks.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. Even if just for the content, because I loved your roasting yesterday. It was making my night. Poor Chris was sat there listening to me, Andy, and Danny going over the clip of the stream.
And Thrashy. Let's not forget
And Thrashy. And Thrashy. And Jowett, I think, was there as well, actually, to mention another name in there.
Yes.
All just listening to Danny absolutely rip into him whilst Crex is actually watching us. It's just... the content was there. It was a really good laugh. So thanks for that, Danny. Thanks for making that clip.
Look, all I'm just going to say, I've been very gentle today. And this semi-final has disappointed me, to be truthfully honest.
I was about to say, you've really broken the curve on that one then, haven't you? With this game, you have not been gentle. I mean, neither of us have, to be fair, and I think any caster would... You'd have to be a very nice caster to be gentle here, I think.
Oh, I would have kept it up if it wasn't you in the casting booth.
Oh, so it's on me, is it? I'm the bad guy, that's what you're trying to say.
Yes, and you're going to give Fort Templar all the love in the world when they come on.
Absolutely not, no.
Why? Do you hate Fort Templar as well, too?
No, but what I don't like is their stream quality. We set all this lovely stream up, we get the nice graphics and some okay casters involved, and their level, they didn't even invite us on time. They're just sat in training, just chatting utter rubbish, utter garbage. We asked to join, and they're like, "Ah, maybe, yeah, give it 5 minutes."
So what you're saying is you're actually bitter because you lost?
I prefer not to comment. And if you hit the nail on the head like that again, Danny, I'm gonna cry.
Well, if Fort Templar does get into the grand finale, let's see if how perfect they can play. They have been the favourites by many and probably rightly deserve so, even as biased as you want to be. 90 seconds have gone by. Patink has scored the equaliser in between that conversation. I'm just trying to work out what I'm having for dinner tonight, actually.
Same, I've got some really nice Belgian ham. Oh, that's a really nice flick from 𝗘𝗚𝗓𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡. He's ruined my conversation about nice ham by hitting something nice. He follows the ball nicely and just beats Zouch on the line there. Zouch tries to go early to read it, and it was just too good of a flick. I'm seeing more promise from Zero Mercy P here. They're playing a little bit more stable. Anyway, the Belgian ham.
No, I'm just trying to work out, are you going to say strong and stable at any stage? Consistently throughout the entire broadcast?
I can keep using it. I didn't realise I was repeatedly using it, but I do think it's quite a strong and stable phrasing.
No, I'm just wondering so I can just call you Mrs. May.
Mrs. May? What are you on about?
The Prime Minister of United Kingdom.
Mrs. May?
Yes.
Oh.
Theresa May.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm quite happy to be associated with Mrs. May. Great Prime Minister. And I guess an appropriate map. I can go through my fields of wheat, I believe it was.
Yes, you can. What's your favourite wheat and corn and stuff like that?
There's other kinds? Sweet corn, that's a good one.
Anything sweet about it, or is it just the flavour that you like?
It's just the flavour. And the butter. When you put butter on a nice hot sweet corn, it's elevated.
You mock me because of how I couldn't say a few words and you go butter.
How many T's are in it?
2.
Okay, so is it B-U-T-T? Is that... How would you say it?
Butter.
It does not have D's in it. You see, there's
there is
no
no
D's in butter.
There is no T's in her, I'm saying it.
Oh, I think chat's going to have to agree with that. Butter is not the right word when it's got 2 T's.
We're going to make
But
fun
anyway,
of my accent. If we're going to make fun with my accent, it's sharp par half an hour. It's where you're going to have some fun with.
No, you started this one. No. If you're saying I'm saying that one wrong whilst using D's in a T word, I'm sorry, but you're on the wrong side of that.
Oh, you're on the wrong side of things as well too, and so is the B team at the moment, the scoreline too.
Yeah, I mean, we was praising them for playing a bit better, and I think they have been, to be fair. Scoreline's not reflecting it, but they do look better.
I thought this was a great idea having us on together.
It's a terrible idea, isn't it? Stream, I am sorry. Stream listeners, I am sorry.
It's my fault. I started the madness.
I think we've casted a consistent 30 seconds of play over these 3 games.
How dare you? The pre-show was the most accurate bit so far.
Skigallies gets a decent read there, but no one's there to follow it up. See, I'm giving it a go. Beresford takes a touch and is unable to follow it up. I'm just going to do really boring play-by-play. How's that?
I'm going to follow up and say that was silky smooth like butter.
Exactly! You've learned! I've taught you something! That was really, really well done. I think you should use that all the time.
Joe, I'm going to sit here just mock you every so often, Matt, with your poor statistical record now.
Only because you weren't playing. That's the only reason there wasn't a 26.
I wasn't offered.
Exactly.
Would you like to talk about the original 6-man's record, me being in the top 3?
Yeah, how did that happen?
Some say skill, some would say luck, and some would say decent teammates carried me.
Yeah, no, I'd go with all 3 of those, and then a couple of 4th one in of demos. We do know you love your demo plays, especially on the day, which did wind most people up. How is that still bouncing there? Thank you, Chris, for getting rid of that.
Ball goes up, gravity works. That's how it bounces.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that insight. That's what you've learned in your years of casting. Thank you very much.
Occasionally the ball might go whoosh every so often too.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that actually.
Yeah, it's when you hit the ball really hard.
I've never done that in my career, so I'd have to be shown.
That's not true. You're only decent 6-man when you've done it against me. Still haven't let that one down. Still bitter, and unfortunately, let's butter up the winners in the form of Zero Mercy, who won.
So they think it's a best of 5. Is that the case?
No, that was 3-1 until that, which makes it 4-1.
Oh, okay. As I said, detail orientated. Although, to be fair, it's been very hard to keep track of.
Well, speaking about keeping track to things, that was our first semi-final. We are moving briefly on to our second semi-final. Before we do so, we might as well tell you who it is. It is Ball of Duty versus, of course, Fort Templar. And we are going to speak to one of our losers who lost to Fort Templar quite badly, who lost by 20 goals at least. Funny enough, Matt, predictions for our next semi-final.
Me? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that. I did wonder who you were talking about there. So I'd like to just clarify, it was a 6-1 before Rage Quits incurred.
Yes, but the replays are going to say something else.
Well, the replays can say what they want. You weren't there, man. You were not there.
No, but the stream was, and we can thank Fort Templar for their fabulous broadcast on their player POV.
Most of the goals for our team, so I will take that as a win.
By most, are you counting own goals or actual?
No, actual goals. Yeah, no, I actually did something for a change.
Bold.
But no, having played Fort Templar today and yesterday, we played with our stronger player today in Ben, like a Masters level player. And I think they were a much stronger team today. They've really shown up and they were hitting some really clean hits, some really clean clips on us. They was getting some really nice double taps from tight angles, and they was doing really good infield passing plays. And I just think If they'd have kept Pony in, but it's Ball of Duty, they'd have stood a really strong chance against him. But Pony's a 2K player, and he is a much more experienced player, and probably their best player for Ball of Duty. And Kevin coming in as who is going to sub in for that team, I just don't see them having a chance here. Maybe they take one game, maybe they take two. What are your thoughts on these two teams?
I'm just going to say game 6 or 7 on terms of that prediction. I'm just going to stay a little bit unbiased on that one. Probably for Temper the favourite. I'm hoping that Kevin steps up. We will hopefully see a decent level, I would say much better than our last semi-final. But our two next casters coming up for that particular match are a part of the E-Nightmare calendar. We'll see who that is after this short break.
All right, take it.
By my side, by my side, by my side, by my side. And we could do what we want. It could be all night long. But I don't want to get too gone, 'cause I don't want to do you wrong. Call me on my phone, I'll pick up, 'cause I'm home, I'm alone, and you know that I'm missing you. No, I don't need a single thing from you. We go where we want, when we feel like we want to. You know I've been thinking about this often. All the stressing might just put me in a coffin, and I just can't decide with all these options. So you know I gotta move with caution. Late nights too high, you've been in my mind. Long ride, nighttime, girl, come by my side, by my side, by my side, by my side, by my side. And we could do what we want. It could be all night long. But I don't want to get too gone, 'cause I don't want to do you wrong. Call me on my phone, I'll pick up, 'cause I'm home, I'm alone, and you know that I'm missing you. Yeah, I'm on a mission to find myself. Lately I'm off it, coughing. These meds I take gon' put me in a coffin. More often than not, I'm distraught, all alone in my room with the lights out. Even when it's nice out, I'm lazy. Really wish you see me on the daily. Lately I've been feeling crazy, baby. I don't wanna talk. I can tell she faking. She only hit me at 1 o'clock. My brain, she's staying like sidewalk chalk. Everywhere I look, all I see are chemicals. Think she got me hooked. I feel it in my genitals. Ring me like a book and play me like a cassette tape. Why wait when you and me? Pigs fly great by day. Better get here by the by day. Irate the way that I be feeling. I've been irate. Why wait? Lately I've been feeling crazy. I'm not that much to see, so why everybody tryna look at me? Oh, it's getting hard to breathe, so I'ma take a minute and focus on me. This is a solo, wish it was a duo. Lingo, bingo, way that I be falling down, plinko. I just put a sock on my mic, that's a spit fill. When I'm still up in the night, that's when I spit real. Walking around my town and I can't help but look. I see you all around, every time it got me shook. When you walk by, I was too high, couldn't say hi. Now you moving to the next guy, I'm on the next high. Everywhere I look, all I see are chemicals. Think she got me hooked, I feel it in my genitals. Read me like a book and play me like a cassette tape. Why wait when you and me? Pigs fly great by day. Better get here by the by day. Irate the way that I've been feeling, I've been irate. Why wait? Lately I've been feeling crazy. Lately I'm depressed, lately not my best.
Lately I've been thinking about the feeling of a breast. Lately in my feels, I've been popping pills. Mama's getting worried, lately I'm still cracking seals. I've been feeling low, lately I don't know. Lately not myself, I'm someone else when off the blow. Mama said to work, so I put work in. I'ma keep on pushing till I'm 10 feet in the dirt. And seeing me, but no one wanna be me. I don't blame them, I don't wanna be me either. See me, but no one wanna be me. I don't blame them, I don't wanna be. I'm on a mission to find myself. Lately I'm off it, coughing. These meds I take gon' put me in a coffin. More often than not, I'm distraught, all alone in my room with the lights out. Even when it's nice out, I'm lazy. Really wish you see me on the daily. Lately I've been feeling crazy, baby, I don't wanna talk. I can tell she faking, she only hit me at 1 o'clock. My brain, she's staying like sidewalk chalk. My brain, she's staying like sidewalk chalk. Yeah.
Sarge, dripping that sauce, yeah. Okay, Joe, that's fine.
Our innocence has gone far. I felt content with our start. No, I can never feel this again. Don't want it to end. Black heart, say that you love me, but you're far. Trying to find my way out, but I know this ain't nothing but a lost art. Trying to stand, I can barely breathe. Blood on my hands, I got what you need. In your path I can hardly see. Never thought you'd go and turn on me. Love is something that you cannot pay for. Love is something that you wanna stay for. Trust is something that you cannot play with. If you wanna ask for more, then baby you should say it. Issues are deeper than I could just see. Trying to find myself, I can't trust me. I feel so battered every time I bleed. Nothing else matters than me and a dream. Our innocence has gone far. I felt content with our start. No, I can never feel this again. Don't want it to end. Black heart, say that you love me, but you're far. Trying to find my way out, but I know this ain't nothing but a lost art.
Do you think you could be my little runaway? I say we just leave and get away. Forget the whole world and run away. We'll make our own rules and run away. Run away, run away. I just really wanna get to know ya. Know you tired of all of the old ones. If you wanna lean on my shoulder, I could hold you until we're older. Just one look, I'm going crazy. Never knew this could be so amazing. Is it stupid to
Ay. Whoa. Ay. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. And I know it will never change. Gotta get through the struggle, going through the pain. Lately my bros been acting so strange. Run up on me, we gon' let it bang. Lately I've been chillin', been thrillin' for some time now. Gotta get my bag, I can't waste no time now. Gotta get my head up, I can't leave it down. Can't leave it down now. Getting my bands higher than ever. Got 'em in my family proud, I ain't feeling no pressure. Too much money on the table, I swear it's a treasure. Play with us, boo, we gon' put you on a stretcher. So you back, run it up for the team. Hit you with that bean, then we gon' let it eat. This ain't no scheme. Ain't no scheme, ain't no scheme. Ay, ay. What you doing? Play me like a game. You stay the same, swear you looking like a lame. I'm feeling with fire, I can feel the flame. But you stay arguing, making me feel the blame. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man.
I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bag. You're like a computer crash, baby. I was wrong, so she left me. Now I'm down on my left knee, but I'm gone in a jet speed. Get around like a 10-speed. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. You don't know a damn thing. You don't know a damn thing. You don't know a damn thing. You don't know a damn.
Hello and welcome back. Little bit of a switch up in the production booth. Myself joining. Danny Boy taking a little break. He's in the green room at the moment, so this is going to be a little bit of a nicer cast here, a little nicer to the players. Obviously, Matty joining me. How are you doing today, Matty?
Good evening, sir. Could you just do me a favour and pronounce butter for me?
Butter.
Perfect. We're good to go. Right.
We're good to go.
Now that we've got an enunciating caster, we can get on with this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, London accent coming in, but going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, I know obviously I do stream for RSC, and I know a lot of these teams. Fort Templar are looking like a very strong roster today. We have a lot of very high MMR players, and it's going to be interesting seeing how they face off against the E-Nightmare side.
Yeah, no, I've played against Fort Templar firsthand twice now, as kindly alluded to by Danny, how well it went. But no, they have some really strong players on their team. Like, I just don't see them losing to this specific Ball of Duty roster. I think their mechanics are going to come in clutch. Although there's some good players on the Ball of Duty side. Which way do you reckon it's going to go, and would you want to put any money on that?
I mean, obviously RSC we've introduced a new tier of players, the top tier, and two of these players are in that tier, so I am gonna have to go with Fort Templar here. I think they're an insane roster, crazy players. Don't know whether I'm ballsy enough to predict a sweep. I'll go 3-1. Safe prediction. What about you?
I think 3-1's a pretty fair prediction if it was a best of 5. But I think you gave me the edge here in that it's a best of 7, so I'm going to go with 4-1.
I did say 3-1. It is a best of 7. I did make a slight error there. I mean,
obviously, I completely let my co-caster off the hook there and did not sell him down the river on Twitch. That is not what I'd do.
little scuff here, but yeah, I think
I'm guessing you mean 4-1. You mean 4-1.
I do mean 4-1. Yeah. I mean, I'm ready to get into it. What about you?
I'm going to go 4-3. Let's let him go all the way.
4-3. Hope not. We'll have to wait and see.
So
yeah,
who's on the top tier of that RSC? Because obviously RSC is becoming quite a big league now. So who is that top tier player from that side?
It's going to be Azza and Stat are the two I'm looking for. I think they're going to be popping off in this series. So.
Yeah, Azza's a fantastic player, so I want to see a lot from him. As we should be pretty much getting on with this at this point.
Yeah, ready and raring to go as the players are joining the lobby at the moment, and we're kind of ready to get into this one. And I mean, predictions said and done. 4-1, 4-3. We are running a little bit later than we'd like to on the schedule, so personally as the streamer I'm hoping for not a 4-3, but getting into this one. Fort Templar kind of looking on the back foot, but not for much longer. Nice booming clear coming out from them. Azza popping this into the corner. Bit of a mistouch from Bows, and that's going to go straight back to the E-Nightmare side, but this is looking a bit ropey. No one finding that touch.
This is a strange start to a game.
Absolutely, I mean, no one finding the touch.
Took a miss there that he should not be missing. That was an open net. What is this start?
I mean, kind of diving in on the ball there, just hoping for the best. Getting a bit kind of carried away with himself, I guess.
I'd agree there. Hopefully it settles down as we get on, because there is plenty of quality to go on this pitch. We don't want a repeat of last series. We want to be casting some good quality Rocket League here. As it pops up for potentially a goal for 𝗘𝗓𝗓, he does put it across nicely though.
I mean, good quality Rocket League is what we're all here for, and some very, very high MMR players in the lobby. It is 1 minute 20 gone by now. No goals to really show for it. Popping in front of the goal there. Friday can't really find the touch on target. Going to get a little bump into 𝗘𝗓𝗓 and just doesn't really want to leave the ball alone. Nice shot on target there from Azza. Going to be quite easily cleared away, but the pressure is just kind of mounting here as Fort Templar won't really leave them alone.
Yeah, no, they're giving them really good pressure. I just think they're not quite getting things right at the minute. Maybe feeling Ball of Duty out. For against other teams so far, they've been really clinical with their wall reads and their backboard reads. So I'm expecting to see a lot more of that as the series progresses and this game progresses as well.
Wow. You say backboard reads, backboard touches, backboard defense is what I like to look for, and The defense coming out from this 𝗘𝗏𝗂 side, I do have to give credit to them. They are always a player on that backboard, kind of diving in for the challenge, stopping the play, making sure it doesn't go much further. And it is a battle of the defenses here again. As 𝗂𝗏 going for a nice double touch. You know he puts that on target every day of the week. Speaking of
unable to generate any power. That was where he was lacking there, yeah. It was a good effort though, to be fair, and I can see him doing a lot more of those.
Yeah, I mean, getting a nice touch to the side here. Friday can't quite find the touch. Little bit of a weak touch.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Going in? That's twice this has happened where it's bouncing on 𝗘𝗏𝗂 Call of Duty's line and just nobody's there to put it in. Literally, someone just needs to drive into ball, hit into net. It is just floating in front of net.
I mean, very simple stuff, but
what? And then we see this go in. So I think they deserve it, don't they? From so far, from the first 3 minutes of play, Ball of Duty, bloody hell. Fort Templar deserve that, but it's a poor goal to concede.
well, deserving that, I would have to completely agree with you there. I did give them credit for the good backboard defense, but as the game kind of played on, we did see a lot of sloppy defense, a lot of clears just bouncing in front of their goal and just leaving pretty much an open net for the Fort Templar side. So very sloppy, rightly punished, and no one's going to follow that ball up, kind of bouncing on the line, and two players back at this 𝗘𝗏𝗂 side kind of playing a little bit scared, looking like herded cattle, just sitting in the goal, making sure that nothing goes past them. Flying germ pushing up on them.
No, I'd agree with you there. I'd even go as far as saying they're thrashing about at this point in time.
It's a nice
just
bit of
unable to put anything together.
Nice bit of wordplay there. Thrashing about, thrashy. I see what you kind of tried to.
See where I'm going with that? You do.
Yeah, throwing that together. I mean, speaking of the man himself, going for a nice pass, gets a bump, but the balls still get cleared. Friday flicking this over and a
big double commit.
Double commit, but looking a little bit like tennis here, as smacking the ball in between halves. And what do you think these teams could improve?
Not putting it across their own net for a start. What was that? They just look very like they're trying to figure each other out and afraid to commit on what they know is right. Okay, no, I'm going to go with what they're failing with is hitting ball. Change my mind. Changed answer. That was appalling. You do not expect it from this level of player.
Appalling indeed. We did kind of big them up in the pre-show. Some insanely high MMR players in the lobby, and really can't be missing that one at that level. I mean, we're in the semi-finals now. The team that loses this matchup is going to go out, and another one almost finds the back of the net.
You just can't find the net. Oh, you only found orange players there. You could not find them gaps.
Not at all. We were talking about sloppy defense and a bit of sloppy offense there, looking a bit like crossbar challenges. The ball kind of bashing off the crossbar twice, and it's going to be 1-1. Really shouldn't be. A lot of mistakes coming out from both sides, and none of them are really being punished at the moment.
Yeah, it should be much higher a scoreline, but I think Ball of Duty, they played a lot better in the last 2 minutes of the game, and to be fair to them, as soon as Fort Templar scored, they started to press out a bit more. So I'd say a draw so far is pretty fair, but the quality at the minute is not there for what we expected. As another miss comes out there where he's just completely misread it.
A lot of misreads, a lot of whiffs. And speaking of quality, we did expect a lot of high quality Rocket League from this matchup, but a few too many whiffs from me. For me to say it, we're looking at quite a high quality, but it's a very kind of clear-cut MMR we're looking at. Ball kind of banging off the backboard, going to get cleared there, and nothing really.
All these guys on the pitch, they're not unfamiliar with the SSL level, and I'm just expecting a little more from them. I want to see a little bit of mechanics to beat players rather than just capitalising on the odd mistake.
Mechanics.
That's kind of what we want to see.
Absolutely. I mean, a few flip resets, a few musty double touches. Give us something to work with.
I know, we don't ask for much, do we? A double reset and I'd be happy, but no.
Exactly. I mean, you say double, I'd ask for a triple as almost another counter, but Thrashy going to get there, and Speaking of thrashing,
now you're being ridiculous. But now, who do you reckon is going to be the one that's bringing out their mechanical plays? As Baus does a really good drop there. Who's that one that you're looking out for on the pitch to really lead that kind of mentality and play style?
I'm looking at 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏. You know, I feel like he's a very strong player. He's got a lot of mechanics down the bag, and as we speak of the man,
you asked him.
I did ask him. He puts one in. Nice
listening.
dunk. He was. He's got the stream open on his other screen. Lovely dunk coming in from him there, just to win the first game. And 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏, they're going to go one ahead.
No, yeah, and I think deservedly so. Like I was saying, Ball of Duty brought it back for 2 minutes, but then fell asleep again in the overtime. There was a lot of misses again, and just unable to find their teammates on the pitch. And 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 just capitalised on that. They was aggressive and in the faces, and ended up with a dunk goal.
Absolutely. It's looking a bit kind of shaky from both sides, and hopefully as they progress into the series, they'll improve more. But interesting game. A lot of whiffs. Hopefully the next one has a few less, and hopefully we see them actually being punished, because, you know, 2-1 scoreline, that should have been a lot higher.
It should have been. I honestly, though, I don't know about yourself, I could not tell you which way this next game's going, because this game showed us nothing. We had one team playing bad for a couple of minutes, and then the other team missing everything for a couple of minutes. I would really struggle to say who's going to win the next game. What about yourself?
I mean, I have to kind of stay with my boys, my RSC boys. So I'm gonna have to go with 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 again. I think they're gonna kind of step it up in this next one, and we're gonna see a lot more higher mechanical plays coming out.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
I mean, not a great start already. A few whiffs off the kickoff. Baus gonna get taken out, and maybe demos are something we're gonna start seeing more of. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's just gonna have a nice tapping goal there. Another whiff coming out from Baus, and it's not looking promising for our hopes for the series.
It's 20 seconds in, a little bit of a mess after kickoff. Let's hope they can really bring this back. I want to see some solid Rocket League. He did capitalise on the mistake reasonably well, put it to the other corner, but yeah, it was poor from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 that.
Poor indeed. Sloppy defense, a lot of whiffs. I mean, what we're used to seeing from this series already, which is not what I expected. Another whiff coming out. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to punish again, and 2 on the board.
Yeah, mechanical error from Friday gets him into trouble in the first place, and then Baus. Why is he putting it back that way? He's just passed it straight back to the Ball of Duty player. He knew what was coming there, and he's still done it anyway.
He's trying his best. Maybe the players in the chat in the last game watching the stream, maybe they're a bit scared. A lot of roasting coming out in the last series. Don't want to make mistakes. Pressure's on, and unfortunately, it's making them play a little bit worse than we'd like to see. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with a nice touch, dropping it down, but don't really know what his plan with that one was. Clangering it away, trying to find a pass, I guess, but not really going to work. Another bang for little to no reason. Baus dribbling this one to the corner. And what do you think of these kind of harsh touches they keep getting? They keep smacking the ball away when they have time, and how do you think
they're
that's
just not
play
making
out?
the most of it. I enjoyed watching 𝗔𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 for a second there. He was the first one I've seen from Ball of Duty take some control and not rush the ball immediately. Unfortunately, it's not worked out for him, but again, you see him there, last man back, so he did all that work and still got last man back. But they do need to have a bit more patience and a little bit more calm collectedness on the ball, and then find a teammate.
Find a teammate indeed. It's looking a little bit like Ricochet Rocket League as the ball's just banging around off the players, off the walls. Baus taking one out the play here. Flying Germ going to deal with this quite easily. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with a mistouch over the teammate, and they're left in a 2v1, but again, kind of a pointless bang there. Something I like to do in those 2v1 situations. He has a teammate behind him, next to him. Just drop the ball down to your teammate and play the demo game. Try and take him off the wall, out the play for a nice free open net, but kind of sloppy play there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's like you were saying, it's a theme of what Ball of Duty are doing at the minute, and they need to fix that if they want to be on top of 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗏. I know they're winning at the minute, but they just don't feel on top. I just feel like 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗏 are going to nick a goal at a moment's notice at this point in time.
For sure, I mean, going up in the first game, they find themselves down in this one. Not anymore though. Nice shot coming out from Azza. Again, sloppy defense. No one really challenging this. Popping the ball out. What were you saying?
Again, that's 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 just giving the ball away. I've seen ball, I need to hit ball. It's not the mentality you need at this level. You need to be keeping some control over the ball, as you were already alluding to. As 𝗘𝗏 gets really strong kickoff there.
Yeah, wonderful kickoff coming out from him. Kind of almost setting his teammate up for a goal right off the bat. Azza gets taken out. Friday gets taken out, but it's not going to do much. Azza regaining control. 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 back on the ball. And the bumps are really coming out. I mean, looks like they're exchanging a few stern words. Playing a little bit like bumper cars at the moment.
A little bit of bumper cars, yeah. They put the pound coin in, they're sat in their car, and they're just going to hit the crap out of them at this point in time. That's what they're thinking. It's not quite working for them apart from that, is it? But no, the bumps are coming out. That's a great pop. It's a shame nobody's up to that, though. It was a lovely little idea, that, but nobody really followed up on the idea.
Yeah, no one following a lot of stuff in this game. A few clears, like we saw the last goal. Just popping that out from the wall, no follow, and straight to the other team. And it's not really what you expect from this level. Again, player gets taken out. Good pass down to 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏, thrashing the ball away. And
yeah, you're really building on this 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 theme.
I'm trying my best. A good dunk coming out from Azza, but 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 again thrashing the ball away. And
so they've got a little bit of time and space here as he goes for a demo, but you're just unable to hit it. It's just a theme, isn't it? They're getting one hit and unable to follow it after that. Even if it's to a teammate, it's always going to whichever's the opposite team at this point.
For sure. It's kind of banging the ball away in between the two kind of teams of possession. It's losing possession for not much reason. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏's trying to get a pass off the floor. Azza reads that perfectly, and now they can start this counter-attack. Bit of a weak touch, and there's the error. It's going to get cleared quite easily. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s following this one quite quickly. Bit of a flip reset.
Effort.
I mean, you asked for mechanics earlier, and it's what we're getting.
Show them. I want to see more of that. That's what we want to see.
Absolutely wonderful, wonderful mechanical play coming out. It's flying germs time, but it's not going to go the way he wants. And
we've been through the bumping phase, we've been through the whiffing phase. Is it now mechanics phase? Is that what we're into now?
Hopefully. It's the ball's going to drop.
That's the second overtime, isn't it? 2 games, 2 overtimes. Let's see who comes out on top this time, because Ball of Duty fell apart on the last overtime, so
yeah, I mean,
it slips the other way.
I mean, the question really is, which team's defense is sloppier? And I guess we're not going to have to wait long to find out, as an overcommit. Decent save, but looking dangerous for the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 side. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, good pressure. Azza going to take this to the corner, popping this up the wall. Good follow. Not going to do much damage though. Good 50 into the corner, and 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's pushing this one up. 𝗏𝗏𝗏's going to beat. Going for another mechanical play, and it's going to thrash onto the post again. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 coming out for the save, and a lot of posts, a lot of crossbars this game. What's your opinion on that?
Most of it's been errors, as that's just another error there that is capitalised on. You've seen, as it's been hitting the post, one of the defenders has been flying into the post at the same time. It's been a bit of a mess. But yeah, he's just quicker to that ball there. The pressure was on from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 for a good 30 seconds. I think must have been boost starved and just unable to get a good clear at that point. So another overtime win for 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and saying they deserve it might be an overstretch, because it's it's been such a strange opening couple of games from what we expected. And do you see it continuing along this trend? Do you see maybe 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗨 figuring it out a little bit more and being able to capitalize on more things, or do you just see it being this muddled mess for a few games where 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗨 eventually come out on top?
Well, the trend has kind of been set already, muddled mess, and it's looking a little bit better. We have a few mechanical plays, a lot of crossbars, a lot of posts. I mean, that last one, the crossbar really working out for them as a pass. No one on the backboard, kind of shutting that one down early. But I do see it carrying on as a little bit of a mess at the moment, and we'll have to wait and see. But 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗨 are coming out on top, so.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. 7 shots from 𝗏𝗏. I didn't actually notice, but yeah, I would have said he was probably the standout player, thinking back on it a little bit more. He was the one that was creating stuff for 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗨, so hopefully he can convert more of those into actual goals.
Absolutely. And the players have joined the lobby once again, ready to go on to this. 𝗏𝗏's the player you speak about. Decent kickoff from him. And is that going to roll back into the net? No, it's not. I was there to shut it down, but aggressive play coming in from 𝗘𝗏𝗏 already. And hopefully that's something we can see them carry on. Just every time the ball is around the box area, just pressuring, shutting down any clear, and hopefully that pressure will amount into a goal.
As 2 players in a row just completely miss a very slow ball. I think we're in for another much of the same at this point in time. And I think 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗨 are better at it, because they have more mechanics to be able to beat Call of Duty, and it's a dangerous game to be playing if they're going to play it like this.
Dangerous indeed, as that one hits the crossbar, bouncing away. I said earlier, a lot of crossbars. Here's another one, but it's going to be found by 𝗏𝗏's, getting the double touch. It is on target, but no one to follow up. 𝗏𝗏's is going to have to do everything himself, and clear coming out. Asa hitting the backboard once again. 𝗏𝗏x with a nice touch, and oh my goodness me, what have we just witnessed?
We've witnessed 𝗏𝗏x completely fail how to wave dash, followed by a very lucky post hit.
Absolutely, very lucky indeed. I mean, they're going to have to get the lottery tickets ordered up, but I'm kind of disappointed that one didn't go in. I'd like to see that one on the replay.
As we see this one, probably going to be he should be capitalizing on that there.
Oh. Unlucky there. He goes to the bump, gets it, but I mean, talking about mechanical
that's what we want.
plays.
More of that. Yep.
Yeah, just yeah, replicate that one again,
𝗏𝗏s.
please,
𝗏𝗏s. Next, we'll have the reset, please.
It's a shame he didn't pancake it and try and go for the reset off the backboard, but insane angle coming out from 𝗏𝗏s.
For what we've been witnessing so far, that was more than welcomed. I'm quite happy with that. That was a really nice shot from there. I'm sure we'll see that in the clips at some point, because it was from quite a tight angle.
Hopefully.
And of course, if you haven't seen, there's a clips channel in EN, so if you're following the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 thread on Discord, just hop over to the clips channel. The person with the best clip will be earning themselves €5. So if you want to go over and upvote any of the ones that you particularly like, feel free to go ahead whenever you've got time.
€5 on the line for that clip of the.
What they're going to spend it on? That's like a beer.
That is a whole beer, one whole beer, to celebrate your victory. I mean, let that clip kind of go around the Discord, and show everyone your skills. And skill is what we're looking for. We did see it with that double touch earlier, but 3 minutes almost gone now. Only 1 goal really to show for it. Has been sloppy defense still, but a little bit less.
But it's feeling a little bit better. I don't know about what you reckon, but it's feeling like the players are spacing out a bit more. They're getting a little bit more trusted in themselves, and the gameplay's starting to improve.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, pretty much sloppy, but not as sloppy. I mean, as we say that, literally, caster curse incoming. Dead in the ball on the line, but no one's going to be pressuring that one as flying germ comes in. It's a little bit of a mistouch. Passes down, not going to find the goal. 𝗘𝗚𝗛 getting a good clear, pushing this over to 𝗘𝗏. Can he find the goal? He can't. And 𝗘rashy going to flick this one over. Not quite there for the counter-attack. And this is something I have to give credit to. They do always have that third man back. These long shot clears aren't finding the back of the net. And I think I do have to give credit to 𝗘𝗚𝗛 for that.
Yeah, no, he is clearly the one that's quite happy to step back. It's probably because of his mechanics, as you've seen. If you're the furthest back, you're more likely to be getting the ball in position in space. So it kind of makes sense for him to be there, to be fair. So it's just good understanding of his own game, I guess, at this point.
Good understanding indeed. Staying back, getting the ball from his half onto the wall, trying to find a nice mechanical play. I mean, we saw one there. It was a whisker away. 𝗘𝗏 luckily hitting it up into the crossbar, but 1-0 is what we're standing on at the moment. Flying Germ, he's listening to the stream, trying to give us a nice air dribble that we can shout about, but not going to be successful.
I mean, maybe I'm glossing over Ball of Duty a bit too much. I know that 𝗘𝗏𝗏 has the mechanics to be able to show us something fancy. I've seen it firsthand. He's able to do kind of reset musty kind of hits. I've seen him in ranked, I've seen him in 6-mans, and I just want to see maybe some of that coming out. Maybe it's what it needs. Maybe this Ball of Duty team just needs someone to just really step up to the plate in that kind of terms and take a solo play rather than clears.
Absolutely, we're calling out to you. Come on, 𝗘𝗏𝗏. I mean, we're looking for mechanics. We're not really finding it. 1-0 is what looks like we're going to end on. Almost 2-0. But yep, the ball is going to drop, and 1-0. 𝗘𝗏𝗏 taking the next game as well, and they're kind of on a 3-game streak here.
I mean, yeah, I think we might both be wrong at this point. I can't... They look comfortable. In that game, they look comfortable. They looked like the better team. They looked like the ones that were more likely to score. And in defense, they always had someone back, like you were saying, whereas 𝗘𝗏𝗏, it looked like they was always going to concede. It was scrambles. They need to sort that, and they need to have some breakout mechanics.
Well, 𝗘𝗏𝗏 is looking a little bit of a... Not an 𝗘𝗏𝗏, but a nightmare for them on defense. A little bit of a wordplay about your own organisation there for you. But
I've not heard that one before, I swear. I'll laugh.
Oh, wow. Wow, a unique one. Bringing new things to the table here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Three games up for 𝗘𝗏𝗏. Very close games. And be interesting to see what we get from this next game. 𝗘𝗏𝗏 not even got a game on the board yet. And I did predict a 4-1. It is 3-0 at the moment, so I'm looking to fulfill my prediction. I got my last one right of 3-1.
Yeah, I'm hoping. In the bottom of my heart, I know I'm saying that 𝗘𝗏𝗏 can't do it and 𝗘𝗏𝗏 look comfortable. In the bottom of my heart, I am hoping that they come back. 4-3, that's still my prediction. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to gamble that they can turn it on. As that gets in a really dangerous position for a second there for a Ball of Duty. Or 𝗘𝗏𝗏. Sorry, they have two names, just for anybody that's unfamiliar with that. So it's 𝗘𝗏𝗏 BOD. Their team name is Ball of Duty within 𝗘𝗏𝗏. So we've kind of meshed the two names together. As that just goes rolling straight past. There's nobody home. And 𝗘𝗚𝗏 is just in the right position.
A little bit of a mash-up. I mean, we've got mash-up in the gameplay as well. 𝗘𝗏𝗏's shown us a lot of mechanical plays, but a nice simple one for him there. We were saying earlier in the kind of in-between games talk that 𝗘𝗏𝗏, they have a good job of having this third man back, saving these long shots, but we see one coming in from 𝗘𝗏𝗏 there. Very punishing. It's been a lot of low goal games, and they do go up ahead 1 on the board. And my prediction, although I did get the right winner, it's not looking promising at the moment.
I kind of agree with you at this point. I really hope they pull it out the bag. I hope they can start playing like I've seen them have the potential to, but it's not looking like it at the minute. It's 𝗘𝗏𝗏 look a bit too comfortable for my liking.
Comfortable indeed.
Flying down the other end. And they've got a 2-on-1. Oh, 2-on-2. No, they're alright. They're safe. They're safe.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about kind of messy gameplay, and I do think I still see that on both sides, but thought 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚, as the games go on, they have got a little bit more comfortable, composed. They've settled into the series a little bit better, whereas 𝗘𝗏𝗏 still a little bit of a mess. Nice pass down from Friday, but Thrashy's going to say no. And quick counter, no one on the backboard, but Bowser's going to get the read. Good 50. Again, no second man there to follow up, and just looks a bit lackluster from this 𝗘𝗏𝗏 side. They never have that second man mid ready for these passes, and they're not getting a lot of goals because of it.
It just seems like they don't know who's going at what time. It just, for how long they've played together, which is quite a lot of time for these guys. Like, I'm talking, this roster's probably been established for a couple of years. I don't expect them to be lacking understanding and synergy of how each other plays. And it just looks like it. You saw there, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓𝗏, or 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗓𝗏𝗏, is also known as 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏. He's changed his name to Sub for being relegated to the sub position now. Is double committing over German quite a lot, and I wouldn't have expected that, I've got to say.
Not something you expect to see, especially with a couple of years playing together. Looks like another sloppy one. Bao's gonna find the second one and put it on the board. It's looking like a 4-0 sweep here in the semi-finals, and a little bit of an upset for yourself. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 falling a little bit short, and
yeah, we did have another 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 roster in there that showed a lot of potential. So we run a 6-mans internally, and we had some really strong players on that side in Bob, who you guys might know from RSC and IEL. He's like a 2K pretty solid player that was in the IEL finals, along with his teammate Serve, a very mechanical, strong player, and our founder of 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 in 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏. But unfortunately, one of the guys had double booked himself, so we do miss out on potentially having a roster go all the way at this point, as it does get a goal back and puts themselves back in this game. So maybe it's not all over just yet.
not all over indeed. All series we've been looking for an answer, and finally 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 have come out with one. First goal on the board in this game. Looking a little bit of an easier task for them now. It's only 2-1. They just need another one and another one after that, but it is doable.
Worry about that when you get to even. Oh,
it's not looking promising. Not looking like
just
it's
gonna
going to
have to
happen.
go quiet at this point. That's disappointing. That's a terrible turn from 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I expect better from him there. I'm really sorry, but that is poor. When your team needs you to be able to go level and you do that, that's disappointing.
Better is what we're looking for. Bow's there on the backboard trying to find the demo. I think 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 got a little bit scared there. Didn't want to jump up in case of being bumped, but in process of not doing that, he just gives a free goal away as another one hits the post again. And this shooting accuracy coming out from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is really hurting them. A lot of these chances just finding the post, finding the crossbar. They can't really finish the goals they need to. They have put one on the board, but a minute left. 2 more to find, and the question arises, are we going to see it?
I can't see it. In the last couple of games they've scored what? It was a 1-1 draw, I believe, and then they lost 0-1. They're just not scoring many goals, so to ask for 2 in the next 50 seconds... I mean, I'm hoping, I'm praying that they can suddenly switch things on, but it's just statistically not likely at this point, I'm afraid.
The statistics aren't looking great for them, and we do want them to kind of show up here, but 30 seconds left. 2 goals to find. They've only found 1 so far. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 trying to push up here. 𝗘𝗏𝗏 going to take 2 out the play, and 50 the third, and
oh,
that's not going to hit the woodwork, but what will is the final nail in the coffin for them here as they secure this sweep.
It's not a good challenge that. He knows his last man, and he's still challenged in a very awkward position. I know he needs a goal, but just shadow him for a second. Just take that ball off of him. But I think that's maybe what they've been struggling with the whole game. It's just they're just rushing plays, they're rushing balls.
Absolutely, trying to get a bit too aggressive maybe, getting wrapped up in the offense, not having that third man back, giving away kind of easy long shot goals, and So what's going to see them out of this tournament here is...
Maybe a nice goal to finish. Oh, that's unfortunate. It was a good effort at the end.
Yeah. I mean, we did hope to see a few more mechanical plays, but what a showing we've had from 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡. It did look a little bit sloppy at the start, but as the series goes on, they got a little bit more into it, and great showing from them.
No, they showed us what there was about, didn't they? I'd say after probably game 2, they started to show us a little bit more of what there was about. They tightened things up in defense because they could see that Ball of Duty were just playing the aggressive hit the ball at them style. So they knew they could sit back a bit. They knew they didn't have to press them that hard. And they didn't. So at this point, they know what to do. They was having a man mid, they was having a man back, and then they was having a man beat them. And it just worked. They was just better.
They were just better indeed. I mean, they probably noticed that it was looking a little bit sloppy from both sides. The other team is going to make a mistake, and all you need to do is just make less. So make sure you have that guy back. Keep the rotations all kind of clinical, and it worked out for them in the end.
No, it did. And I tell you what, I look forward to seeing them versus the Zero Mercy A, because I've got to say, I did not rate Zero Mercy A that highly. They were a little bit shaky against the Zero Mercy B side, especially in defense. So I think we could be seeing some very high-scoring games with 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡's ability to score goals mixed with Zero Mercy's ability to score goals and concede.
Ooh.
I think we could see some high-scoring games. I don't know what you think on that, but
the high-scoring games is what I'm here for. I'm ready to see a lot of goals, a lot of mechanical goals, and I don't think we're going to be let down, but we are going to head to a little bit of a break, set up the next lobby, and get ready to get into the grand final of this tournament.
Yeah, we're bringing back a bigger caster for the finals. So you should be getting some high-quality content coming for these finals as Danny returns with another caster that I have not checked the schedule who it is, but I swear it's a secret.
It is a secret. I mean, Danny, he's come back from the green room. He's had his cup of coffee, a little bit of toast, and he's ready to...
He's had a bath, hasn't he?
Yeah, had a little bath.
He's been stood in the mirror going, butter. I can get this.
Yeah, and he's
butter.
furious. He's ready to get into this next one and just tear into the players. But we are going to go to a short break, and we'll be back shortly.
Now I'm just a pass. Speakers loud, rivers down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm on when I got no worries now.
Bro, that was my first song, dude. The next one, a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I really ain't trying to concern you, but lately I've been a mess, and it's been pretty concerning how all my color turned gray. I hate when shit is out of my control, and lately shit been out of my control. So I've been running fast in my head, trying to erase these thoughts, yeah, trying to find peace inside, but that shit's been hard to find. I cannot see it here, I cannot see it here, so I need to get away. Don't miss me too much, I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much, I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new start, and find the happy me again. Clear sky, yeah, there will be, and one day I'll come home and better me. I really ain't trying to concern you, but lately I've been a mess, and it's been pretty concerning that all these colors turn gray. They say you can't find happiness where you've lost it, and I've lost it here. I cannot see it here, I cannot see it here, so I need to get away. Don't miss me too much, I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much, I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new new start and find the happy me again. Clear sky, yeah, there will be. And one day I'll come home and better me. But for now, I'll be over the hills and far away. 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 But don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Don't miss me too much. I know I'm gonna miss you, darling. Forever in my heart, but I need a new start. I don't see my name next to yours. I can't feel my weight anymore. Holding on to hope that I might be enough. You know what my heart's aiming for. Meet me up and tell me you needed someone better. I can't wait around anymore. Feel like we don't speak how we used to be together. Lying down on my bedroom floor. Late last night I called, hoping you pick up the phone. I know that there's been some time since I had you all alone. What you really like is the thing I wanna find a way into your life.
was crumpled. That's why Ball of Duty has ended up, of course, playing with a sub, but not an excuse with the experience on that roster, Sam. So, Fort Templar seems to be the favourite. Their opposition, of course, they are Mercy, the A team, and the remaining sole body of that franchise. Is this going to be a Fort Templar 4-0 then?
Because leading up to the game, it definitely is them as the favourite. But that being said, I mean, it's a grand final. Anything can happen. A team can crumple. A team can show up when it really matters. And I'd be surprised if it was a sweep at the very least. That's all I'll say.
Well, be surprised if a sweep with Sam's being put across here. Before the day really gets started, we might as well say the Golden Striker Award. Both of the two finalists have at least one member base if everybody's kept consistent, at least enough statistically wise. I think Fort Templar might have got it. I don't know if they're counting the full 20 goals or if to the point where the forfeit happened with the Nightmare series. We'll let the admins decide on that. 19-17 was the record favoring the Fort Templar player. That should be a decent enough start for them.
Oh yeah, I mean that's absolutely dominant, and that's somewhat what suggests that maybe they'll be having a very favourable experience in this final. But as we sort of said before, 4-0 sweep not out of the question, but I'm hoping that's not it. I'm not up for either team here. I'm just hoping for a good day of Rocket League.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. A good day worth of Rocket League. We have seen some teams that may have raised a question mark, without that being the case as well. We are moments away from this match from beginning. We've had a few chats, a few predictions as well. Chat, feel free to have your say as well too. But Sam, this one might just go down as the books as a strange one. But with that being said, who is going to be the star players to look forward to?
Oh, the star players. I mean, the 6 of them on the field, they've made it this far. I'm looking particularly at the likes of Azza and, ooh, I don't know, Bows has had a very good day today from what I've seen on the stream. So I think they have 2 key players to look out for. Both on the same team, which once again suggests a Fort Templar perhaps dominating this final, but we will see.
We will see. It might be the slogan that E-Nightmare had at one point. We'll see that if Andy could do a performance, didn't occur. We've seen the likes of Bating happening earlier. Unfortunately, couldn't get past their counterpart franchise. But the top 2, probably arguably the expected 2 after the reshuffling up until day 1. These are probably the 2 favourites coming into it, rightly so, reaching the finals. Here is Friday, straight down, who was streaming his perspective. They actually rate it towards it, so must be full concentration required as Stam, who's got a very loyal fan base we saw earlier today here with a minute gone by. Fort Templar back on the front foot, it seems.
Yeah, and on the front foot for most of this game so far. The first minute has been all Fort Templar, but here we see it transition back to the other side of the field as Zero Mercy get a bit of pressure of their own.
Bit of pressure as it came on to it, forcing anywhere Friday a little bit further down behind the field. Should be an ideal sort of rugby style back pass to him to get the play going. Stand one fake as it right across Friday. Should be a shot. It is a bit maybe greedy. The pass would have been delicious, but 1-0.
Fake, but then team all gets overconfident, stands horizontally either side of the man leading the play, leaving nobody back to defend, and that's what's going to cause the first goal in this game.
Well, I've seen a few players already. Zero Mercy as a roster will be a bit miffed to say that they've conceded that early in terms of the finale. But both sides recently poised to do some damage at their own stand. Bad first touch by his, back around in the ball, being propped up, Zouch beaten. And this ball back again, propped at the mid lane.
Ball every time it goes in midfield, it's all for Templar, fast in the air, fast on the ground. They just seem to be winning that ball in the midfield every single time, and that's what's leading to their pressure in this first half.
It needs to be also stated as well too in terms of pressure, when the statistics from day 1, at least in terms of that there. Group A was much more better. Fort Templar seems to be continuing. These 2 has in theory played before. It will be Fort Templar looking to continue their dominance.
Yeah, the defense just put on the back foot immediately there, caught a tiny bit too far up and unable to make the save, and that's 2-0 in 2 minutes. Not a good stop for 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗧𝗨𝗠.
It's a particularly good start as well too. There hasn't been majorly a foot wrong put into it. There's also been outbeaten by speed, passing plays at times here with Sam. There should be alarm bells at this point, 2-0 down without a response as well.
Tiny bit ambitious on the attack again. That's the second time they've been caught out by that. The first time leading to a goal, the second time leading to this pressure, and they do concede off it.
Concession for goal number 3. Concession within the series, maybe, perhaps. Will continue, of course. The bump, to be fair, by Azov was well played here, and many will be wondering how much the scoreline could be racked up as well. But oh boy, half time.
𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗨𝗠𝗡 starting off with a bit of offensive pressure, but doesn't last long. They lose the ball out, and the midfield again we'll see 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 able to get a ton of space on the back foot and hopefully get a decent clear out.
Just for a bit of context as well on Group A's performance, to allude to the fact that they have played before. 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏's A team versus 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏. It was round 2 that matchup. It went 3-0. And unfortunately for many of you may have thought that was 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏's win. It was not. It was the only major real loss that this particular side would be coming around to. So it's vengeance that seems to be out today here, as Friday's made a mistake here. Zouch back around, and this ball been passed back and forth, and Az is just waiting there, sort of going, really?
First mistake of 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 there, almost leads to more pressure as it almost goes in. 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 unable to capitalise. In fairness, the defence was strong. Here, 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 back on the offence, back boxing 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 into the half, and they just cannot get out.
Damn waiting, Zouch takes it away from 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 there, being really decisive in terms of that there. Made one touch as back around, and Friday is waiting there, no keeper realistically, but a soft touch up to prevent any doubt, and probably the worst shot of the game so far. That should have been 4-0, but you have 3-0 up, so you can have luxury of missing, I suppose.
Yeah, especially when you've not conceded a single goal all game. Every time the defense is snuffed out, or the offense is snuffed out almost immediately, and pressure just has no time to build whatsoever. That being said, 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 looking more solid on the defense in the second half, seems to have found a more stable last man, which has been the leading cause of their goals conceded, so maybe it's a sign of better things to come.
Zouch back over to Stam. Stam, unfortunately to nobody of his own team this time around with 30 seconds left. The likelihood of this game has slipped away from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is the unfortunate bit for them, because they're relying on the fact that they want to come out with a statement. They needed to win this. Unfortunately, they've whimpered, shied away defensively now, and almost recessed in terms of performance. 3-0. It's got a bit of a comeback here already.
𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 maybe able to get a goal there off that demo in the orange side's defense. Not able to though. No commiseration goals today. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 win that game while conceding a single goal, and that could very well be what sets the tone for the rest of the series.
Well, tone certainly has been set here. It's just a case of how they maybe continue. The only issue I'm sort of having with this particular game is what is next here. And Sam, what is next for 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? They have not necessarily struggled this tournament. Their semi-final performance was probably their weakest performance, and it's the wrong time coming into the final when that's the case.
I mean, yeah, I was kind of saying at the end of that game that they finally found the last man on offense. You know, they keep going horizontal to each other, but near the end of that game, that habit started to come back out. So I'm worried that maybe we'll see a similar storyline this game, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. And immediately we see 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 scoring again. So maybe those defensive errors were not stuffed out. It was more so just 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 getting comfortable and not requiring any more goals.
That is the storyline. Sam has probably hit the nail quite firmly on its head with this one. Boy, what a sort of rotten feeling in the bottom of your stomach if you're 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 after the work they've been putting in here. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 continue to do so when I think at this point in time here, 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚 looking to take not only the prize bill, but the MVP and Golden Striker. So can they get the triple crown with the hat trick of the best clip too?
2-0 down, the game only just begun, and that is a concerning sign for Zero Mercy, no doubt. Going 2-0 down in game 2, you don't want to start a series 2-0 down, especially not in the grand final. 3-0 down now, 30 seconds in, a goal for every 10 seconds essentially. And Zero Mercy have just completely crumbled, so they're going to have to use the rest of this game, hopefully find some footing, maybe put up a bit of at the very least contest for 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏, but we've not seen much of that, especially not this game. So bad signs from the start, Danny, or is there still hope?
Bluntly, I don't think there is much hope, but this time I would like to be wrong after 2 days of gameplay. I would like to see a bit more there. The save at least prevents a slaughtering if you were reading just the scoreline only. If you just sit there and just feel the sort of the exasperating sighs that seem to be coming off at the moment. I think these players will feel rotten. They're in the dumps at the moment. They haven't got out. They haven't been able to put the shot on target here. And Zero Mercy almost feels lost.
Yeah, and I do hate this sound like a broken record, but every time on offense they just get too ambitious. The last man goes too far up, and without using the same word again and again, it's all about not having sustained pressure. And every time in the midfield they get beaten out, they lose all the pressure, and then all of a sudden they're put back on the back foot.
Pass in, finally a connection that pays off, and an infield pass back into it. And really it's more 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 who made the opening for them. The defender could have got the save, maybe with better positioning, but again, a chance appears, a chance taken, a 2-goal deficit now.
Who, as Zero Mercy find their first, it's an important one, maybe swing the momentum back in their favour. That being said, I would say what Flippery says, ouch, able to get that one out through the corner, and pressure is still there.
Trying to work a bit of magic here. The fan club of Stam will be cheering the lad on here, but with his performance he have probably disappointed a few of them. And this ball back into the corner through his touch and a pass, and again this is the issue here, the sort of problematic sort of areas where you're overlapping the run and crossing each other out. As Az is there, puts in the fourth top right corner too. It's just pinpoint accuracy.
And that absolutely should not have gotten in all the way in through the defense. The back wall clear is not there, and it's a free touch in for Friday says.
Trying to be somewhat hopeful here, but I don't think there is any point at the moment. I think Zero Mercy will be frustrated after 2 games worth, presuming that the result still remains the same, however the scoreline may reflect here, Sam. They haven't got out of their half. We don't have sort of the fancy graphics here in terms of ball possession, field domination and all those type of statistics. We can see with our own eyes how much has been taken away, and frankly Zero Mercy has been stuck in their own half, their own third for far too long this game.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic point. The only goal Zero Mercy getting this entire series so far, a blitz attack down the infield, very quick. And while that has to be commended, it certainly was not sustained pressure or long, consistent plays that got them their goal. It was a moment of fantastic passing play, and unless they can start recreating that more and, in a sense, find some consistency of their own, this could be the same story again and again, and maybe even again.
The conundrum of this series may be set in stone here as the pass in field. How the first goal came in, as at this time actually getting the save. They were dangling for a period of time there. Got the save nonetheless. They're trying to have a counteractive play here, sadly. Defensive for 𝗘𝗡𝗼𝗚𝗏 is almost been put under pressure for moments, but Zero Mercy buckles the most here. And actually, when you take the statistics side of it, they are actually statistically the lowest saves per game. They're relying on their shots to carry them throughout, and against 𝗘𝗡𝗼𝗏𝗏, you do need the elements of both here.
Yeah, that one almost sneaking in. Bao was able to get a clear and finds himself with a bit of space to hopefully a decent clearance out, but that's closed in on very quickly. For 𝗘𝗡𝗼𝗏𝗏 though, clearing the ball out of defense, they find themselves out with a lot of space, and that really allows them to pick out where they're putting the ball, and most of the time even get it down to a teammate in the infield. So that's what's helping them get out of the defensive half. So maybe if 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 can close down on that a tiny bit more and maybe give them less options, maybe that could lead to some opportunity for a goal.
Potentially that's what they might lead on to. Well, this game reaches its few dying seconds, and maybe we might see a goal or two, and frankly have very little impact to the game and, well, frankly the series as well too, because we know it's going to be 2-0. Sam, when bringing up the statistics that have happened so far here, 2-4, or sorry, apologies, 4.5 to be more precise. That's the difference so far between Zero Mercy and Fort Templar. The shooting, actually, in terms of numbers, is actually about 10 shots each. That hasn't been the case with the last two games. In fact, it's probably been about 10-5.
Yeah, that certainly does sound about right. 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 doubling Fort Templar's shots, and then 2. Very scary stuff indeed. 3-goal difference. Not been a close game yet. Going into game 3, 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏 know they need this game, or else it'll be left in the position of a red sweep where the statistics would not be on their side. Danny, what do you think that 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 need to do to turn this around?
Well, I would like to say a lot of something, but we will see how this one goes in terms of the series. I would like to see something a little bit more different. I'd like to see something a bit more positive. Unfortunately, how this series ends up, well, that's Zero Mercy. What can they do? Because frankly, we could sit here and analyse until the day is over. It's up to them 3 to finally show us what they've got.
Yeah, and this is a do or die moment essentially, unless we're going to end up watching a reverse sweep here, which, as I said earlier, statistics would suggest otherwise. This game is where it all comes down to. 20 seconds in, it's been clean play. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 have found a bit of pressure. They're stopping them from getting out. They're winning the ball in the midfield. Finally, some signs of life, but how long will it last?
Yeah, the monitor on. Check out the heartbeat still there. Is there a pulse somewhere in Zero Mercy here? This ball has been moved down. Back pass here by Fort Templar to move the ball with such ease here. Gliding, effectively too comfortably stamped. 4:50 a minute gone by, and once again Zero Mercy hasn't conceded. Unfortunately, without being the statement, they have done so now.
One of the best goals of the tournament right there, perhaps in contention for the best clip. Hopefully send them all in to the Discord. 1-0 though, a crucial goal at that. The quality is not what matters, it's the quantity. And so far, all 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏's been able to find in this entire series is 1. They need to find a way to start scoring, need to find a way to stop conceding. And 1 minute in there, goal down, it's not looking good.
Reddy's block over the south. That 1 goal needs to be removed as soon as possible if, and this is a mighty if, Zero Mercy wants to get back into the series as this ball gets cleared around. Zouch's drop stamps, decides to cut here, and there's going to be a second cut by Zero Mercy, leaving only near enough 1 at the back ready, and that was Zouch. Just in time, the rest of them get back into the positions here, and once more. This ball's just been launched around, idea of control eludes him. It's just see ball, hit ball, and react where it lands up to. And right now, Zouch with an ARP shot to the back wall.
Misses in the midfield, only whips we've seen all series, and there's 2 right there in the midfield from 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That being said though, they have found themselves a bit of pressure. It's all about maintaining it now, keeping Fort Templar boxed in, and that seems to be exactly what they're doing as they find a double tap almost going in.
Almost the difference of stress and strain, these two. Zero Mercy's back must be, unfortunately, a breaking point here. They have to get a goal in, and frankly, Fort Templar hasn't been stressed at 1 single bit here as Friday rotates back. Azza, second man, Browse coming into it, so it allows Azza to push freely, full 200 boost near enough to work with here. Fort Templar, 1 mistake, the second will not be as atrocious in terms of the result and the expectation of a shot from Zero Mercy. They actually do some damage. It's back to their own half though.
𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's key to victory, very simple. Just start winning the ball in the midfield. It never happens, they never keep possession. Fort Templar is the only one who's finding each other. And there we see it again. Azza founding 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 on the other team, who puts it in very kindly, very generously, making the scoreline 2-0.
They can drop the Z and have ouch, whereas it's just a Z and left sleeping. Zero Mercy 2-0 down in game 3. They will have to defend 3 goals now to prevent such a difficult task here. I know a good friend of ours here, Sam, in the form of John AK, always loves the reverse sweep statistic, how rare it is in tournaments. Never so more in a single bracket format, and here we are asking for it effectively now.
And I'd even be going against the statistics here, saying it's much less likely how decisive these games have been. As Zero Mercy finding 1 goal throughout the entire series, it's not looking good at all. And they've got to reset their mentalities, figure out what they need to do, and then they just need to go out and do it. And now is the time to set the foundation for what they're going to try and do in game 4. If they can't win this game, they need to at the very least get a foothold.
Friday moves back down into that corner. It's been working well enough as it's to the back, while Stam just boots passes to the right side of the pitch here, and this ball being passed and cut out, and almost an own goal there coming again. Zero Mercy. Oh dear, that idea of a foothold, Sam, surely is gone.
They've got a minute to find it and then hopefully carry that in for the next 4 games. That's assuming, of course, they can't make a miracle comeback here, which would be ideal, of course, but with the flow of this game so far, double commit in the midfield. They just don't make the right decisions in the midfield, and they always lose the ball. They never find each other, and 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏 just have all the space in the world on defense to get the ideal clearance every single time. They need to close down on that. They need to start making some semblance of pressure and force 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏's hand into exactly where you want the ball to go, and that's just not happening.
Well, quite a lot hasn't happened. Nice in favour for Zero Mercy, and that's why this game is looking pretty much one-sided, and it's really unjustified due to how Zero Mercy's played their tournament, and that's a very excellent save in terms of what 𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗏𝗏 was doing, but sadly won't really do much for them as they're 2-0 up, far too comfortable, 3-0 up series-wise. Reverse sweep is what we're asking for from here out now, and even personally myself, I don't think so. I know Joe, that their GM from last season will be hoping for that being the case. Is the belief in the wrong place, though?
I'm certainly hoping for it as well, Lanny. Of course, before the series, I was saying I want a good series of Rocket League. This, unfortunately, has just been an utter... I mean, what do you even call this? I mean, 1 goal across 3 games, it's not looking good. They just started off on the wrong foot and have not been able to find it since then. They've shown they're capable of playing to a higher level than what they are now. So can they just get out of their own heads and find it? I mean, is there a chance?
Well, we have to wait and see. That's just simply how it comes down to. We can sit here and analyse, as one said beforehand. It's just the issue of what fully develops here. Frankly, it would require 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 to simply come off the gas pedal. They've been too good, too clinical, and frankly, that statement, what do you call this series? It's just one-sided. Zero Mercy, who probably going in today could have been the stopper to 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏. That hasn't happened, and now we find ourselves in game 4.
Yeah, they'll be really wanting to get the first goal here, set the team for the rest of this match, and it's not looking good off the start as they concede one in 10 seconds, reminiscent of game 2, I believe it was. They conceded 3 goals in 30 seconds. Hopefully they can stop that from happening again, but if not, this could end up being a very boring game 4, quite frankly.
Well, boring if you're from Zero Mercy. For 𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏, this will be a pretty comfortable day in the office for the neutrals. I think some will be sitting sort of going, can we maybe have Zero Mercy's B team out, because they were entertaining to watch. And you know, the results they were hoping for is this ball planted the back of net. Friday, I think he's trying to catch up here to his teammate for Golden Striker based on the numbers he's been putting up today, but we will see how that goes later on. 20 seconds though, Sam, 2-0 already. I think that's the quickest they've scored 2 goals so far.
Well, can they beat their record for 3 goals? Of course, 30 seconds. They've got 4 seconds left to do it. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, and there it is. I believe it was 4:28 that they got 3 goals in before. So there we go. Another record broken today. Of course, they'll be looking for the Golden Striker Award, playing amongst themselves. Friday getting his 3rd goal of this game. Could he be in contention?
I guess at this point in time, they will let the mathematicians work that one out. But with that being the case as well too, I think if there's any sympathy for Zero Mercy, they have not suffered the same humiliation that was put on by the Fort Templars or machine that has been going on through the day. E-Nightmare was 6-1 in the game before the towel was thrown in, and 20 goals was scored in that particular match. And well, as I say, they have enjoyed the net, they've enjoyed the scoring side of the game. They haven't required to defend as much here. Minute gone by. There's just 4 more minutes before they can crown themselves champions.
You mentioned they've not been required to defend too much. 0 shots coming up from Zero Mercy in the first minute. 4 goals against them. All by Friday, of course. I mean, he turned off that stream for a reason. Focusing, and he's clearly in the right mentality, carrying Fort Templar off when the first minute. If Zero Mercy somehow pulled this back, it would be a miracle.
Well, I wonder how many superstitions that would be required for miracles to be performed here. So no shots on target. Fort Templar, at least from the defender's sake, was in the right position. It's really the first shot put on target from this particular game, and well, it just feels like we've reached to the point where this game has ran out. It feels like the time, the ambition is gone, and the player just wants to go home, and that's Zero Mercy.
And is that the wrong mentality to have at this point? I mean, it's not looking good, but you'd like to see a bit more ambition from the players, thinking there's 3 minutes left. If they can score 4 goals in a minute and a half, surely we can score 5 goals in 3, but that's not what we're seeing, and they just constantly rotate, same side as the ball, not trusting each other to be back ready to cover, and then as soon as they do get the ball, they just pass out to the midfield. That being said though, they have found their 2nd goal of the series. Not to say, sound like a broken record, but could this be a turning point? I said that after the first goal they scored, here's the 2nd. What do you think?
I'm not going to say anything in terms of what I think. Frankly, Sam, we're asking the potential question of do they have the right mentality? We haven't seen a fight from them, and they have to score a bigger goal deficit from the last 3 games put together. They have now done so, at least with the 2nd goal. Maybe they may have something left within them left to give.
You know, Danny, I'm all on board. I believe Zero Mercy will be finding this game, winning the next 3 and getting the reverse sweep, winning the tournament as a whole.
What a believe. Maybe a cheeky smile across.
Oh no, how has that happened? That's outrageous. Sorry Danny, I didn't mean to cut you off there. How has that been missed? It's game 4, you're about to get reverse swept and you get an open net and it's not even close.
I think that reaction from Sam there was perfectly right. Perfectly. The response probably in the VC as well too. How do you miss those? Oh dear, the biggest blunder of them all, and a shot should have been buried that time around, and Fort Templar has maybe got a hiccup syndrome here. 2 empty nets both sides had. Hasn't been scored, an infield pass, a demo attempt to bump on the keeper. This should have been buried, and Sam, you asked for a miracle. You might just get what you've been asking for.
And I'll tell you what, Danny, if they do win this game, you know, what's that going to do to Fort Templar's mentality? I mean, their confidence surely will be shattered at that point. At the moment, 4 goals for Friday, 2 boys not getting anything yet, so it does make you wonder, maybe if Friday's mentality can be shattered, maybe, you know, make him force a few defensive whips from him and could find a win.
I'd be surprised if that really damaged the mentality of Fort Templar to the point where they cannot play after 1 game loss. So that'd be a worrying sign if that was the case, as a right down to his teammate and finding the wall, finding the teammate back again. The problem was no infield pass back to the final third. Once more, We find ourselves poised with that 60 seconds warning here, Samuel, as this one shows that Zero Mercy is one step away from going out.
It's not a bad shot. 2 players there. One of them does get the touch, and 1 minute left on the clock for them to get a goal. There it is. Is this happening?
Is it happening? Yes, is it happening? There's been 4 goals put on. We've thought very unlikely there been a response. The first one went in, the second, third followed. And under the minute warning, so does the fourth. Now, can they find a winner? Well, it's regulation or OT. And he's got the ball on top. Blocked, it goes down. He's let down his, unfortunately, his fan club so far here. We'd like to maybe put a smile on 1 or 2 faces here as this ball back into Zero Mercy's corner. 30 seconds approaching.
Field touch into Zouch. Can he finish it this time? Just a tiny bit wide, probably for the best, as it probably would have gotten a better clear of that anyways. Stan needs to leave that for his teammate though. He takes it off him. He's found the open net. Surely his teammate's there. He takes it off him as it gets the free save. Maybe it would have been better to let his teammate take that shot. It certainly would have been a keeper, but maybe put something a bit more special on that. 15 seconds in regulation time.
If he got the pinch, it would have been goal of the tournament, arguably. As this ball moves down here, Stam has to get a block, does so. Teetering on the edge of the exit. That's where Zero Mercy is. And to the backboard, it just has to defend. And rightly so, Souch with the most important goal. Zero Mercy less than near enough 2.3 in a game. They've just got the most vital one here. Now it's survival.
Survival, some would call it. I'd be going all out, just doing whatever I can to put something on there. Hope they miss. Because at this point, I don't know if anything special is going to come out. 2 whiffs in the corner. Possession is certainly not being kept. Just put something on and pray, because the longer this goes on, the less it favors Zero Mercy, I think. I think if they don't score in the next 30 seconds, it's all going to go wrong.
Stam back across. Sam decides to back in the way now. Goes straight across over the Asda, and Souch playing his presence found this time around. No whiff shot maybe on target, should be with the keeper. Rightly so, back in middle. Fortunately not to the one required to tap it in home here, and all 3 of Zero Mercy we're running all the way back. You can see the stench of desperation creeping on in here, and right now Fort Templar maybe a bit baffled on what to do too.
Vital demo in the midfield wins possession for Madge. Won't be kept too long though. Something put on net there. Stam put the ball back out to the midfield. No possession being kept. This is just panic ping pong. Bows with a flip reset. Best goal of the tournament. There we go. 1 minute 18. Zero Mercy has left the lobby, and it is a sweep, Danny.
It's a sweep. Fort Templar made it far too comfortable, and arguably the best fight Zero Mercy did put up was in game 4. Was it too little too late? Yes. Was it unfortunately the response they wanted to give for a series and the work they've been putting in? Don't get me wrong, they still get a prize pool, they still get a second place worthy of it, but not the main trophy. And Fort Templar are the Nightmare Autumn champions.
And the final goal to seal it all, to win it all. Bows. I wonder if the circumstances will be taken into account when considering that for best goal of the tournament. I mean, there was the one to close out the series, there was the one to win the whole thing. And certainly it's one of the better ones I've seen in the last 2 days, Danny. Do you think he's got a chance?
Well, potentially. We'll let everybody work that one out later on with the whole thing happening. But that being said, so Sam, that is our last match, at least for, well, not only just today, as a tournament as a whole. So I'm going to maybe flip the question back to you in terms of it, maybe MVP. Who might be the one within contention in your opinion?
I mean, Friday got 4 goals in the final game. That's got to count for something. At the very least in that final, he looked spectacular. I don't know who you've got on your mind, but he's certainly be near the top of my list.
Well, potentially on the list, potentially higher. Everything will be shaped up. Of course, we will allow the admins here over at the Nightmare to, well, count up with either their abacus or a spreadsheet with everything else that's going around. The champions, congratulations Fort Templar, a well-deserved victory as well. With that being said, of course, you cannot forget as well the 3rd place of former in terms of Zero Mercy, the B team, full of duty, and of course our runners-up, what we just saw, the Zero Mercy. It's just the way heart goes. But a massive thank you as well to all the casters who has hopped onto the stream, as well as our broadcaster tonight, Bootby. But from all of us at eNightmare, good night.
I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bag. You're like a computer crash, baby. I was wrong, so she left me. Now I'm down on my left knee, but I'm gone in a jet speed. Get around like a 10-speed. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. You don't know a damn thing. 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 Baby, that's a damn shame. 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 I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You just hold me back and it makes me mad. I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You just hold me back and it makes me mad. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. I bet she does it with ease. I bet she does it to tease. Somehow she got in my dreams. I'm a nightmare. This ain't how I used to see. I guess it wasn't to be. Not everything's what it seems. Making that clear. I think I saw the devil in her eyes. I sink, I fall. This happens every time. Go ahead and call upon another guy. This is way, way, way too much for me. The demons keep her company. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. Take a shot to the head, try to forget what you said. I'm all alone in my bed. All the money I have is all to spend when you're dead. You left my heart in a mess. I can't sleep without you. I can't breathe without you. I won't be without you. 'Cause I bleed without you. Made me wanna blow my brain now. I can't take this kind of pain, no. You turned our love